How many of you heard me say that? I've never taken a nigga, and I wouldn't dare take no nigga to court. Fuck that. I had a nigga one time say, man, will you give me a 30-day notice to move out? I said, nigga, you better get the fuck out of here.
This dude asked you for a 2-week extension and asked you to evict him.
He said you gotta tell Sunrise.
Nigga, you think you're a slave? You can just move, right?
I remember that text message to this day. Your text message said, and I quote, your stuff is already on the side of the freaking door. It was already packed up, ready to go.
Yeah, I guess it don't hurt to ask, right, John?
So why don't you take the legal route? Why don't you?
Because you got to spend money on.
Let me show you this. Look.
Okay, I get it.
You get it. What you get? Let me see.
Well, from what the dude somebody just said that you have to pretty much spend money on a lawyer, spend money on court proceedings and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And whereas the person that you're dealing with is probably like broke anyways, again, the state's pretty much funding them or backing them, right?
Like you watch sports at all? It's like a home field advantage. You ever heard of home field advantage in sports?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, you know what home field advantage is, job, right?
Of course.
Like folks, before I even give you this dope, I've been going 6 hours. Please support the channel. We have portion of all this.
Are you monetized? Is this channel monetized?
In a month or so we should be, but give or take. But we're always monetized. If you got money, you can send it to us. Monetize us. Yeah, monetize this content here. You see the Cash Apps on the banner. We also accept Streamlabs here. You can see the Streamlab on the banner there. That goes to support our stream. What's it? That goes to support our StreamYard fee. You know, fucking StreamYard fees are $300 a month. Can you believe that?
StreamYard that same channel that I met you at, Kaizo's channel. Like one day we had dropped $1,000 on the channel. So I don't know if you ever seen that much money on this.
Wait,
on a YouTube platform.
How much is it a month, John?
The StreamYard fees alone are $300, bro.
Damn, they
and the reason why our fees are so high is because we have multiple panelists. Me, we have HB, we have Crack giving you the stock advice. That crack stock advice.
That get cracked.
And we have Portia, and we have the cantankerous Stanley Cross. And of course, we have our resident psychologist, that nigga Universal Jones. Matter of fact, guys, you mind if I call you Universal Jones?
Nah, go ahead.
That's my nigga right there. I like that nigga Universal. That's a good nigga, man. Real good nigga.
Yeah, he seemed pretty level.
He's a good nigga, man. Real good nigga. Real good nigga. I like the nigga a lot. Him and HB, I like both of them niggas a lot. So we have our Going Trucking channel. Oh, wait a minute. That ain't regular. We have our Going Trucking channel in the morning. We haven't been doing it as much because we've been doing the morning roast with John Galt, HB, and Universal there. So it's kind of an amalgamation of three of our hosts here. So let me call Universal. Nigga, John Galt here. Rocking out. Damn, what time is it? What the fuck is 12 o'clock on a Friday night?
What's up, John?
Oh man, we were just rocking out here in Universal. Shit, I guess it's a good time. I pitched the morning roast with Universal, HB, and John Galt here. What do you think, Universal?
Hey man, it's the hottest show on YouTube, if you ask me. We're getting views. We're getting people. If you pay attention to the chat, long term, folks that have been around come back. Good engagement. It's a good show.
It is a good show. As I say, I don't think anyone handles the dynamics of relationships better than you, Universal. What do you say?
Oh, I appreciate that. Hey, man, look, I got the professional and the personal experience. Yeah. So I just do my best, and I'm just honest about what I see and what just piecing together all the dots as much as possible.
Hey, Universal, I got a guy up on the panel. Met him on Khazarian Empire. I think his name is the channel.
Okay.
And his name is Ja. So we just been giving like a walk down memory lane. Like we have so much content here, we hardly have to show anyone else's content. So much of our own content. And yeah, so you interest yourself to the job here. You got to invite him to the morning roast.
Yeah. Let's have them on Monday. I think we need to start having featured guests here and there for 20 minutes or so, 30 minutes, get their perspective, and then add on to things. But yeah, that sounds good.
He's married to a Habesha woman.
How do you know she's Habesha?
I know about that.
Habesha. That nigga got it about
country?
Habesha. Ethiopia.
Is it Ethiopia? I was gonna say Eritrea or Ethiopia. You must be familiar. You must be familiar with the beef with the Somali women in Ethiopia.
Yeah.
And they got him
I learned about that.
Well, you got my Habesha.
Good women. They getting, is she Americanized or is she born?
She's Americanized. So I would probably know more about the beef than she does, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because I'm more into like the geopolitics and stuff like that. So yeah.
Gotcha. Cool. And what's your ethnic background?
I'm African American.
You niggas LPA.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, hey, you understand the way I understand.
Yeah. What about you?
I'm African American. I live in Minnesota, though. So as you know, there's a lot of East African women here. So.
Oh yeah. Somali in particular, right?
Yeah, a lot of Somali, and then Ethiopian be the second largest group.
Universal. He's out in your neck of the woods, huh?
Are you?
No, I'm from Boston. I'm from Boston.
Did you not just say you were not? Didn't you say you were in Minnesota?
No, not me.
Yes,
okay. I heard Minnesota.
Lee, why you crying for, Lee? What you crying for?
That was me. That was me, Porter.
That was you. Okay. I guess he kind of sounds like you, Universal. How are you?
Universal.
I'm doing well.
Universal. This is one. I don't know if you remember. This is one of my Ethiopian former tenants.
Yo, this dude Lee's upset about something. I don't know.
Yeah, what you crying for, Lee? Stop crying, bro.
You see, she's the Ethiopian. You see, she's the Ethiopian.
Now I'm
got her on the screen. I'll hop on the panel. So right. I'm gonna hang up and then I'll be on there in a second.
Relax.
Pull up. Relax, King.
So I used to rent this Ethiopian. One day, I rented to her during COVID. And let me see if I can zoom in. Nice looking. I mean, ooh.
She got some tickle bitties.
Oh, that was one of your tenants,
that long hair to the Ethiopian. Damn, that nigga John go. You know, whenever
yo, John said keep your money.
Whatever she had real long hair, Ethiopian, crazy as a motherfucker, but
long hair.
Whenever I go on panels and niggas, always niggas.
You gotta be careful, John. You might hurt people's feelings on this panel, man.
Yeah, I don't mean to hurt nobody's feelings. If it's you, nigga, don't take no offense.
You can't have nobody feeling over here.
But they always said, John, I know you be having sex with your tenants. Man, oh shit. I know y'all niggas remember this clip right here. Do y'all remember this? Do you remember this clip? Who remember this clip? Oh man, who remember this clip right here? Oh damn, this the wrong. Sorry, damn. Damn.
Good night, badass.
He's badass.
John, what clip are you trying to play, John?
I got it for you.
You got it? Okay. Yeah. You got it. Okay.
I know you guys remember this clip here. Hello? Yo, Jot, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Like, yo. So, to give you a little bit of context here, I have a lot of Airbnbs and I have a lot of repeat black guests. And niggas are predators. And just like in prison, bro, they will figure out a way to get some free shit in. The one thing that they want free more than anything is pussy. They love that pussy. They love that pussy. They love that pussy. But that shit drive them niggas crazy. And I'm just a nigga that can really take advantage of their undisciplined nature. When I first started coming on YouTube, I was saying, man, these niggas, they just can't control their dick. They dick slangers. Right. You remember that? Anyone remember that? I said, man, these niggas ain't nothing but dick slangers. And I said, damn, like, what happened with the dick grow old? What happened with the dick grow old? You can't sling that dick forever, bro. It just don't work like that. And
erectile dysfunction.
Well, I mean, like shit, you know, like at some point, the women that you are going to be able to track on want a little bit more than you slanging dick.
Slang.
Listen.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But it's like, but it just don't last as long as it used to. Like good D, when I used to put good D down, that shit would get me a long way for a long time. Now, it's kind of like money, right? Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But it's like, but it just don't last as long as it used to. Like good D, when I used to put good D down, that shit would get me a long way for a long time. Now, it's kind of like money, right?
Kind of like money.
Yeah, but that's a bad analogy.
Like it's like
what?
Like good D, when I used to put
comes and goes. That's what he's trying to say.
Now.
He's
got bad money management and bad dick discipline. This man's all messed
but that's what I'm saying. But it's like, but it just don't last as long as it used to. Like good D, when I used to put good D down, that shit would give me a long way for a long time. Now it's kind.
Yo, John. This man sound like he plastering wall or something, bro.
Put it down, man. You know, I go to work.
You know what I mean?
I size it up. I get all the good materials. All it takes me is a couple hours, man.
Oh Lord,
I'm a hardworking man.
Jesus Christ. But sometimes that good deed does work for a night or two. It does work sometimes. For a night or two, you could trade off a nigga like John Galt. Not only for a place to stay, but some pussy. Hello? Hello? Yeah. Who is this?
Yeah, how good afternoon.
Who is this?
Jerry.
Airbnb, Jerry?
Guest from Airbnb.
Man, you know you slept with that woman the last time and told that woman you worked for me or something last time you was You remember that shit? You remember you slept with that fucking woman in my house?
I remember.
And told that woman, that fat woman, she thought you worked for me or something. You remember that shit?
Yeah, bro. I remember,
oh, that crazy woman?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Nigga, you hear that crazy ass woman asking me for a free night, thinking that my lady, she called, she wrote an Airbnb message or something, talking about she done fuck somebody in the house, and my lady was like, who she fuck? She thinking she fucked me, and I had to figure this shit out. Like, you fucked her ass.
She wrote an Airbnb message. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, she was like, yeah, you know, I get a free night because I fucked this nigga. And I'm like, what nigga you fuck? My lady was like, what nigga is she fuck? And nigga, that was you fucking.
I remember that.
Oh my god.
You sure it wasn't you, John?
Yeah, I didn't find out. I didn't find out she was a cuckoo till after that.
How many of you niggas got a joke? The two low IQ niggas.
I used to say y'all were crazy thinking that Sauce Walker back
using your name.
Yeah, bro.
They trade off pussy using my name, John.
Get the buns. with no funds.
Nigga talking about slumlord nigga. That nigga slummed his way up into some pussy. If he'd have been outside, he couldn't have traded nothing. He couldn't have used my name to trade nothing if he was outside with another homeless man. So every time these fuck niggas, that's why I don't even trip. I know slumlord shit. That nigga traded off my name to fuck some other woman.
This man pulled a ditty on her.
They can't, like, nigga, that's why that slumlord shit did roll over my head, bro. Like,
yeah, don't let it get to you. I
am that nigga, Jungle. That is the truth. We bring you that raw ass dope, right? Raw ass dope.
John and the panel, question. What other ethnicity do you know that will hop on a YouTube show and talk about how their dick has helped them navigate life?
Yo, bro, I've never heard none of that shit.
No, I don't. No one that I could think of.
Like that is insane.
That shit is.
He sounded like he was hurt about it. Like, man, I wish my dick worked the way it used to. My life would probably be better than what it is.
That is what he's saying. Someone is saying that he was basically fell out with his girlfriend or some shit like that. So they very well could be what's behind it all.
Yeah. All he had to offer was some dick, and apparently it got stale. Apparently, she was over it.
Yeah, some people are saying he's been streaming from his car.
Jeez.
So that would very well could, I don't know. But guys, please keep Universal and Junk off from streaming from their car. Don't make us sling dick for a living. We getting two niggas for that. So please support the Morning Roast here. We have two of our panelists here. Morning Roast panelists up on the channel. Be nice to support us while we're here tonight. Taking you through the Friday night. We're Saturday. We're in Saturday. Is it Saturday now? At least it's Saturday for me.
Yeah, on the East Coast it's Saturday.
On the East Coast, where all the shit gets popping. All the shit gets popping. Anyway, we talked about so much here at Universal. I want to see if you have some. Yo, did we discuss? We didn't discuss Just Hilarious. Did you hear about Just Hilarious?
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to watch the. I didn't get a chance to watch the the Shay interview, but I know you got some clips.
Man, I watch this shit, man. Here's the thing, Universal. Like, my lady is very liberal, very. And so when she watches this shit, she be like, "Yeah, Jess was, she lady power." She never act that way herself, right? She never act that way herself, but she be more power to Jess, right? You know what I mean? And so I want to share a couple clips with you, Universal. Universal. Well, where is Hood Conservative when we need him? But before we do that, let me play this. Let me play this here.
John, that's why I call you one of the holy men, John. If you heard me give you credit for being one of the John, that's why I call you one of the holy men, John. If you
Let's be great. Anyway,
he said you ICT, right?
Yeah. He said me, CT, and Alfred Damas. The holy man. Here's Just Hilarious. Listen. The black mindset, ladies and gentlemen. The black mindset.
Because every job before that, Shannon, I swear everybody was getting me fired. Everybody, and so I'm like, I work with dead people, can't nobody wake up and be like, oh, she did, because they did.
But Jess, you were stealing.
I was.
Well, damn, but you got you fired.
People that were snitching, you gotta mind your business. If I'm working at a company, right, and I'm stealing the money, and you see me, and it ain't your company, come and try to get money with me. Don't go and tell, Boss, she's a stealing boss. So you want to be the favorite, you know what I mean? And that ain't gonna get you no raise. That ain't gonna get no bonus for you. You could have been getting money with me on the side.
So in other words, would you gonna steal money from the dead people that get coming with money in their purse in their pocket? You go
No, but that was a very lucrative business to be in. People ain't never gonna stop dying.
No, they're not.
So I planned to stop stealing and making money the right way with the dead people.
So so you wanted to go to
See, this is the shit, right? This is a difference, right? This is a difference between ninjas and black people. Like, do we all understand that, right?
Yeah, well, explain a little bit more.
I want to no. You know what? Hold on, Lieutenant. I want Universal. This is the black woman topic teed up for you.
Oh God.
What do you think about that, Universal?
I think that mentality is why black people struggle in business, because we always trying to get over on the opportunity. We always trying to hit a lick, and we say this stuff, right? Instead of just working that job, doing your thing, you trying to hit a lick, and then you mad when somebody does the right thing, which is call out your inappropriate behavior.
But
and then you encourage them, well, join me. Don't tell on me, join me. Well, but that mentality is what keeps us back. Go ahead, Latino.
But see, this is the thing, though. This is what I'm trying to say. There's a difference between a ninja and a black person, bro. Like, look at that man that John put. When was it? Like 3 weeks ago. That worked for, what was it? Lowe's.
Mm-hmm.
That man. Look at his story. Look at the story of the man that Portia also put up on the Red Lobster guy. Like, there's stories of success, man, and like these people are just different, bro.
Well,
there's just some people that are just ignorant, just hilarious, bro.
Latino, what I'm saying is that, like, this is a lady who makes millions of dollars, right? This is a lady who makes millions of dollars, right, Latino, right?
Yeah.
And let me play this clip. Listen,
man, dude, like, if I would have to blame anybody for her success, it's the people that are paying her, bro.
And I read this quote. They say, "What you crave as a child, you overcompensate."
Hold on, Latino. Let me. Can you guys hear this?
Yeah, we can hear it.
Listen, this.
Argue in front of you?
No, never. I've never seen my parents argue ever with each other. No, I did not.
So, in other words, I read this quote. They say, "What you crave as a child, you overcompensate as a parent."
Now, my son have seen me and his father go at it. My son done seen me beat his father up. I ain't gonna lie. I done got into it physical with the dad. Man, me and Rome, that's my son's father.
Argue in front of you?
No.
Now, that answer had nothing to do with that quote, by the way.
What?
Well, shit, maybe it did in a twisted way. The quote was, "What you crave as a child, you overcompensate as a parent."
Mm-hmm.
And her response was violence with the kid's dad.
Mm-hmm.
But hell, in the black community, shit, that might be the answer. Right?
Universal, we showed the clip the other day, motherfucker, a couple fighting like hell. And then they're like, look, okay, stop fighting. They get back together, man. Make up the breakup, goddammit.
Mm-hmm.
Break up the makeup. Right?
Yep. Unfortunately, yeah, that seems to be the
there's a thin line.
Nigga, that when they had the best sex, the universe. Come on, that. Come on.
Apparently so. Apparently so.
Another clip from me. Another clip from you. Just hilarious.
Oh, by the way, John, I don't know if you've seen Jess Hilarious and the other girl. I don't know the other girl's
different
name.
when I used to like.
So what
they made a music video mocking the whole situation between the two of them, and they posted it today.
Mm-hmm.
It's called The Job Is Mine.
Nothing can resurrect her career trajectory. The other girl got a new show now. It's on the way down. Well, I ain't gonna say on the way down, but she's plateaued.
Right. I see Virgo, and I'm gonna bring Virgo up. I see her in the back.
Que lo que, mami?
Maybe she's not ready yet.
Primo, lo que pasó?
There we go.
Hello, John.
I think John
Universal.
froze. Did you froze? Did you freeze, John? Yeah, he froze.
Yeah, I froze.
Universal Laptop Jones. What's up, my
Good
jigger?
evening.
Laptop
Good evening.
Jones. They call him Laptop Jones.
And Primo, what's up?
Not much, man. Just had some cena.
What you guys up to? You
lost him.
needed a lady to come up here to regulate you, motherfucker.
Man, right. Yo, like
God
today.
damn it. I swear I hate this iPhone. I really do. Because I've never had as much static on my
Virgo. We've talked about this. Virgo. You don't hate the iPhone. You just need to get a better recognition of how to use it. Yes, and so let's go ahead and fix Virgo's mic, because you know what we're not gonna do. You know, let me see what we can do.
Don't put that on Tim Cook. What's up, Portia?
Hey, Latino.
Not much. Yeah, today I went to what is this thing that these little kids do? A talent show. Yeah, to my kids' talent show, and
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah, and all seeing all the female teachers there, dude. I'm just like, yo, it's so crazy how much women do in the world, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Like, dude, like the anchors, man, of these kids, bro.
Yeah, believe it or not, as much crap as teachers get, they do play a very pivotal role.
Shout out to the teachers. Shout out to the teachers.
Yeah.
Living with y'all's kids all damn day.
Damn, you know, right.
Y'all whoop them.
Thank you.
Whoop them.
Thank you.
Whoop them.
Yeah, whoop them so they're ready in the morning.
Whoop them.
Whoop them over the weekend so they come right.
Yeah, whoop them, please. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah.
One thing I have noticed about teachers, they get a lot of flack, but
yeah, a lot of grift, man.
But like teachers do care about their kids. Like that's one thing I've always noticed.
Bro,
they do care about the kids.
I love those little damn monsters. I do.
Man,
even on the kids be cussing them out and doing all type of stuff. They do care about those kids.
My heart and my soul.
I saw that today with those teachers and how those teachers, each kid like hugging each of them and like, oh, bro, I was just like, damn, man. I'm just like, it's another side that you don't see, because you know you just see your kid coming home and you just usually just go to the parent meetings and stuff like that, but to see that side, oh, that's awesome. It just makes me feel good to send my kids to people like that.
That's good, man. Yep.
Yo,
I wish that. Go ahead,
King Academics is live right now.
Oh man,
what are you talking about?
It's Friday night, so there are a few albums that came out yesterday. I don't know what he's talking about. I was just chilling, listening to music myself. Let's see what Academics is talking about.
He usually drinking that Patron.
R.I.P. Young Scooter, Big U 43 count indictment, interview, YB home.
Hey John, John, you can show Academics.
You can?
Yes, you can.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Is it because it's not as mainstream? It's a
no, like if you go to Academics page, his channel, you can. He does not go for copyright for his content.
Smart for him.
So John, anytime you want to play Academics, you can. Really? And so after the conclusion of the show, of course, as always, wait 30 minutes to an hour. But Academics, he doesn't do that. He says it quite a bit. I don't know if you guys ever just listen to him in full, but if you don't listen to him, just go to his page, main page, of course, and check out his description. He doesn't do all of that.
Main page. Which is
He,
his main?
he
It's
well
the
his
King Academic page.
yeah, and
I'll
but
put the
he
link in the
doesn't.
back.
Thank you, Universal. Thank you, Universal. You know you're so great. You're so
That
great.
goes in opinion, topics, content.
Yeah, so he doesn't
I don't
most
see
of
where
these big so John, so basically the big channels like his,
Mm-hmm.
they'll have it in the description that says, hey, don't restream my shit, don't show my shit, don't share my shit, don't do nothing, don't review my shit. So but he doesn't do that. But like if you listen to his show from start to finish, whenever he does his intros, he lets you know, and whenever he does his outros, he lets you know. So yeah, so academics is good.
I like academics, man. I know a lot of people don't like him. You know, he's a tether and all, but I like him.
A
You know,
tether. What
very.
kind? A tether.
He's Jamaican. Mm-hmm. He's Jamaican, but he's a very intelligent guy.
Really?
If you ask me, yeah, I think he's very intelligent. I think he's very, very intelligent.
I mean, he worked at MTV for a while.
Oh, I never thought to think about him being a
Mm.
Jamaican Shaba. I never thought about it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he has good content, so I mean.
Yeah, he's talking about young school. He has 10,000 people watching.
Yeah.
Big U is that dude that's always in Adam 22's
What's he talking about, John?
Big young. What? I'm sorry, young Scooter. Right now he is. I put up Sauce Walker on the screen.
John, I might not be black enough for this, but that's okay.
Yeah,
I'll fill in the gaps for you.
I don't know something.
You can have right now a lot of chaos, but I like how you're turning into something else.
Yeah, I can. If I wanted to, I could have motherfucking 400-500 different men, good men down here from different cities and states, including mine, around here ready to do whatever by snapping my finger in retaliation to what happened to me and my little brother. But as much as it hurt my soul and it really break me down, I'm damn near getting emotional right now thinking about the shit that I can't retaliate because that's not righteous. Because my brother had his own dealings as a man that a nigga gotta respect, and a motherfucker had the opportunity to make me 100% accountable for the same thing that they felt, whatever the situation is. Because I still don't know what the situation is with my brother, but whatever it was, that could have held me the same level of accountable that they did him and took my life for no reason the same way, whatever that his was taken for. So at the end of the day, I got to be a man and be an honorable gangster and respect the fact that I put myself in a place where I wasn't supposed to be standing and sitting there. But as a gangster and as a brother, I'm going to stand next to my brother no matter whatever this nigga got going on, or whatever his personal beefs or problems is. If we shook hands and became in the same alliance before that, then I got to adapt and adopt your problems to a certain extent too. So I put my name on your face, you represent my company, I represent you. I gotta inherit some of your problems. Like, was taking my brother life really worth it? Is me trying to retaliate approval points for some niggas or for some Instagram comments and some posts, or did you slide for him, this and that? Like a nigga been doing this shit since a nigga was a teenager, bro, adolescent. You know what I'm saying? Handling this business for the business, standing on.
All right, let me jump in here and say this.
Yeah, does
Basically,
anybody
Saul
need a
says,
translation?
I'm not about to
connect
go
some dots
try
for
to
you.
go kill a bunch of niggas who did this.
I'll be right back. One second.
You know, I'm gonna be a respectable gangster and realize that whatever was going on with Say So P and whoever who killed him, that's just some personal shit, and that's some shit I should stay out of. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. While I think Sauce Walker makes all the way sense in the world, I definitely got to be like this. If I'm a young artist and that's his demeanor, he's not stepping behind me no matter what, I would definitely I'd feel a way about what he's saying. Like, yo, he's making it seem like, yo, all right, man, that nigga died, but that nigga sowed the seeds. Like, it is what it is. I'm good, and I'm not mad at the niggas who did it. Again, I think optic wise, it looks kind of odd. I'm not gonna lie to you.
On the business, laying on the business, leaning on the business. You know what I'm saying at a certain point is when does this shit end? What is the fucking trophy for this shit besides a bunch of niggas saying, "Ooh, you him, that nigga this, that nigga that."
Real talk.
He a demon.
Real talk.
He's stumping. He's stepping for real. He's stumping. Ain't none one of these niggas saying that you stepping or stumping finna help you pay for no lawyers. They're not finna take care of your kids. If they see your baby mama heartbroken and fucked up because you in dead or jail, they gonna be the nigga trying to fuck your baby mama and move in your house and sleep on your bed because he wanted to be you that bad, but he couldn't get this bitch while you sitting there in his face. Or while you active and attractive being the man that you is, he could never get this bitch, but he gotta wait for this bitch to be vulnerable and slide in on your shortcomings as a man when he's supposed to be there giving this woman support and being the step uncle, being the godfather, the god uncle, like, you know what I'm saying, being an honorary man, you know what I'm saying, and representing what fatherhood would have been if my best friend and my brother would have been here to been for you as your father. Niggas just got the whole game fucked up. So like me, I just want to take the opportunity that I have with the platform, the voice that I have, to try to speak out to the people that ignorance is not the answer every time.
It's not.
Yeah.
What a statement.
I don't know. Love Sauce, but I'm gonna be honest with you. Optically, I think a lot of what he's doing doesn't look good. Bro, your man's died, your artist died. Dog, you're running promo on your page and getting interviews and shit like that. Like, bro, like at least look a little bit like you care. And I do think he cares, but I think it's hard for it to come across like that when that's all we're seeing. You know what I mean? When you speak about him dying, it's not like, damn, it's fucked up, man. Like, I don't care what he was into, man. Like, I fuck with him. And even if you don't gotta be like, oh, I'm about to go kill some people for him, it feel like you were like, yo, listen, man, the streets handle what they handle, and I'm moving on.
Do y'all want to hear something?
That's a crazy way to look at it. You know what I mean? Especially if I'm that dude's loved ones, and I
Hold on to it, 12 man, until
Houston
John comes back to
hang
pause the
with you
clip.
and get some drip and some sauce.
Yeah,
and
I don't even want to
try
hear
blow
this,
up. And
honestly.
the guy dies, and you be like, well, you know what I mean?
Here's John.
It is what it is.
John, you can take this off the screen.
Maybe not.
All right.
Let's get academics up out of here.
What were you gonna say, 12 man?
That was it. That's it. See, I think there might be one more in there. Oh, yeah. Watch out, dog.
What?
Picture. Get out of the way, shithead.
We took it down for a minute, John, but if you want to bring it back up, feel free. It's up to you.
What just happened?
From the Sauce Walker clip?
No. Didn't 12 man say he was gonna say something?
Yeah, hey man. I just let it roll, bro.
Y'all didn't hear that?
We heard something, but we don't know what we heard. You want to try again? What's going on, 12 man?
Okay, let me try one more. And listen, well, messed up.
Yeah, I heard it. You shot something, huh?
There it goes. The thing's a little fucking ramshackle.
The fuck is that breathing, dude?
I don't know who that is.
like you in the woods and shit, Blair Witch Project and shit.
All right.
That's that motherfucker. Come here, Fizzy.
Fucking Blair.
Fucking okay, everyone.
Fucking Blair Witch Project and shit.
That's kind of shit we get away with out here. So that bear's gonna get if he gets in the way. The thing does need a little greasing up, though, I gotta admit. Anyway, my bad, y'all. I thought I'd do a little outdoor shooting for y'all. Shit, why not?
Why not, man?
This is America. You are
Y'all
free.
couldn't hear that too good?
Yeah, you could hear it a little bit. It was a little faint, but we heard it.
What was that? A little 32, 22?
That was a 12 gauge.
What are you shooting at?
I don't know, just a little, just to see if it works. I just got it, and I just got some ammo for it. So I thought I'd make sure it works.
You're gonna end up getting,
do another round. I didn't hear it.
You're gonna end up getting locked up like that dude in the bodega.
Hey, if you can, 12, do another round. I want to hear it.
Want me to do one more?
Yeah, please. If you don't mind.
Let me see if I can. Can't believe you didn't do that. Actually hold 7 in the chamber. No, 7 in the mag and 1 in the chamber. Holds all.
Wow.
God damn it! I hate this.
Hopefully, don't get all the state
John, you're on
state
mute.
troopers coming after.
Virgo, your phone still sounds bad.
Oh, we got Stanley Cross in the audience.
I'm about to
Stanley Cross. We can do.
I'm about to
Stanley
Hold
Cross.
on a minute, John. They still want to hear my shotgun one more time.
Yeah, he's supposed to let off a shotgun round. So
Little love to us, man. Don't do it while you're drunk.
Oh, shit. Too late.
Come on now, 12. Come on now.
Come on, 12, man.
Hold on a second.
Hey,
I'm not real fast at it.
He's struggling.
Take your time, 12. Don't rush it.
Shoot it towards somebody's house, 12, man. Shoot
I'm trying to blow my own foot off or nothing.
Oh yeah, don't pull that trigger till you just point straight.
Oh, hey, hold on, man. Don't shoot it yet. Hey, hold on.
Hold on a second. You gotta listen now, John.
Go ahead. We're gonna let you shoot your gun.
John Galt, make sure you clip it.
We're gonna let you bust your gun.
There you go. That's kind of fucked up.
What kind of gun you got? You need that bullpup. 12, man. You need that bullpup. You know what I mean? You need that bullpup, 12, man. I don't fuck with shotgun, 12, man. I like them.
There you go.
Nigga,
There it is. I heard it.
Steph Curry.
Now aim and let it rip.
This is America.
America.
There it is.
You heard it that time, didn't you?
Yeah, we heard it that time. What are you shooting at, 12 man?
I'm shooting a
Just
tree.
Just a sign I have set up.
Oh, it's a sign. Okay.
I'm shooting a tree.
Probably a good idea. You only shooting
Not time to put it away, boys.
Yeah.
Especially you've been drinking, 12, man. Well, man, I was gonna say something to you guys. What was I about to say? Universal. Damn. It was
I mean, I do have a question and a topic if you want me to pull something up real quick.
Yeah, go ahead. Universal. Yeah.
So speaking of,
come on, here. Let's go.
Mute, man.
12, you mind muting your mic? So we can
got
hit the
him.
panel.
I got him. Speaking of shooting things, we had another rapper tragically lose his life on his birthday, none less. Young Atlanta rapper, Young Scooter. Not so young though. He was about 39 years old. And I have a question for the panel. Is rap? a rapper is a rapper the most dangerous profession in America? What do y'all think?
Profession. What do you mean? What do you mean by profession though? Because
I mean, this is a career path. Apparently,
okay,
people
because
make money,
all right.
and
Can
it's
I?
like yeah. Go ahead.
All right. The reason why I say profession is because look, we have a guy that goes.
Universe, I think you should
And it's like
rephrase
that's
your
not
question.
no talent. Anybody can do this shit.
Universe, I think you should rephrase your question and say, is rap the most dangerous job for black men?
There you go, because that's not professional, bro. Like,
I think that's what you
like
should
we
say.
got Young Thug going. It's like, bro, what is that? Like, anybody can do that, bro.
Do you think it's a dangerous job for black men, Universal?
Yes, I do actually. I think it's a dangerous job for only black men. Black women ain't dying out here from rapping. The white rappers ain't dying.
All right, but we got rappers like Common, right? We got rappers like Nas. You know, they
those are old rappers. Those are old rappers.
Nobody cares about those old niggas.
I get all that. I get all that. I'm trying to get to my point. So what I'm trying to say is that these people back then, even though they rapped about real stuff, or even though they rapped about guns and drug dealing and all that, today's rap it's a little bit way more extreme than it was back then. So like it went from what I remember back in the 2000s, like in the 90s, like the Tupac era, basically, like right there between the Tupac and the 2000s. It like that whole thing of like being real in life and rap, like that's what messed up rap.
Hey, Universal, I want you to make sure you see that clip the Universal put in the background, that Latino put in the background. I want you to hear your thoughts on it. Did you see it?
I'll pull it up in a second.
Yeah.
No, he put it up before I came. If you still have the link, can you drop it in a back chat again? Because I can't see anything that was posted before I hopped on.
But you get what I'm saying, though, Universal, right? It's like they try to bring the aspect of life and rap and make it like real into existence and combine it together. And it's like you can't, like, that's a job, bro.
I'm gonna take your point. I'm gonna raise you one. I don't think they're trying to do it. I think we've passed that phenomenon of is this art imitating
of course,
life?
no, that's what it is
art.
now. But I'm saying,
now.
like, I'm telling you, like, Tupac, Biggie was the, like, I want to say the pinnacle of like what started this bullshit.
Yeah, actually, I wouldn't even say Tupac. I would say they were kind of the foundation, part of the foundation that led us to where we are today. I would say rappers like
NWA.
Nope, not even. I would say Gucci Mane, rappers who are really out here in the streets. Those were the ones who birthed these babies that we have today. The NWA, them niggas was portraying a lifestyle. They weren't all out here like that. Now there were some, but they weren't really out here like that.
No,
and a lot of
no. Come on,
like
man.
these, I would say.
I thought you were talking about like the content of their like or the rhetoric that they were pushing. Like,
they were pushing the rhetoric, and what I'm saying is, what we're seeing today ain't rhetoric. This is what's happening.
Yeah,
but when you look at a group like NWA, they started like the whole gangsta sort of rap. Right?
I understand that.
Guys, hold on for a second now. Stanley, the guy up here, we have a new panelist, Ja. He's from the Khazarian Empire, is that right?
Yeah, Khazarian Empire, yeah.
He's a moderator over there. Have you ever seen Stanley up on your panel over there, Khazarian? I think he's been over there before. Are you familiar with Stanley?
Well, I'm familiar with Stanley from, I guess, CT channel, but not really Khazarian. Yeah.
Stanley runs a late night stream around here in a couple of hours. If you hang around long enough, you will be introduced to the cantankerous Stanley Crosby. I saw him in the chat, but go ahead, guys.
Yeah,
John, I'll be asleep by then. Sorry. I'm gonna get up in the habit of waking up with you and HB and Universal Jones and getting up with the early morning crew instead of the late night liberal crew.
Absolutely. And So you guys are talking about the rhetoric and the content that was created in the 90s. I'm very familiar with that, right? But what I'm saying is there was a turn that took place where you weren't a real nigga. You weren't really doing this. You were a studio gangster.
Yep.
People remember that term, studio gangster.
Yeah.
The studio gangster does not exist anymore. These current rappers, all these niggas with their clique names before their actual names, YMB, all that type of shit. These are niggas from cliques in cities who are really out here busting guns. Like they're not playing no games. These guys have long records, and they're out here, and because the music has been so whittled down that they don't have to have talent like they did in the 90s and actually be able to do stuff. You can just say whatever the fuck you want and make a music video with your iPhone.
The record labels have life insurance on these people too because they know how destructive and stupid they are.
Well, you know, forget about the life insurance.
Who's giving them the platform though?
Well, forget about the
platform. We all are on the we're on the platform right now. Go ahead, John.
No, but I'm saying who gives them the platform to spew that sort of rhetoric?
Well, like again,
literally no talent.
Hold on, we've been kind of on a theme here, right? I don't know if you guys have noticed it. Some of you have. Universal, clearly he's the guy that's noticing. But honestly, we've been kind of on a theme here on how you can exploit this, how people are going about exploiting this, whatever you want to call it. So we talked about Universal. Were you on the stream with that Hispanic beautician said 70% of my customers are sister?
No. Was this somebody on the panel? Or was this a video clip?
No, Universal. So there's a tweet going. Let me show. Oh, Universal, good looking. Oh, John, were you here when we played that shit? And then so I called the beautician. I said, man, what? And he said, man, he was in Hispanic. Man, he said, man, 70% of my customers is black sisters, Hispanic. So we talked about Marvin Sapp, who closed the doors on them niggas and said, y'all niggas ain't even giving me my money, right? And so here's what we showed earlier. Look at this shit, Universe. Look at it. Yeah. Look at this shit. You see this sister right here? Nice looking, decent looking sister, right? And so she went to a beauty salon and they tell her you gotta wash your hair before you come in here. And so we called the actual beauty salon.
Oh,
and it's a Hispanic man. And he said, man, no, not her. She's a customer.
Oh.
She's just a customer. She's not the client representative. And so she, listen, sister gal. Listen,
I'm so pissed.
I want you to hear this. University, I need you to break this down. I need you to break it down. Listen, sister gal. Come on, sister gal.
Universal breakdown.
Wait, here's Sister Gal Universal.
Yeah,
and she gonna talk about Latinos people. She gonna say they were Dominican though. They were Dominican though. You know what I'm saying?
Hot and bothered.
I'm so pissed.
I ain't mad at her though. She looking
I'm so
kind of decent.
I'm so pissed.
Yeah, we can
I'm
tell.
so
We can't get
pissed.
your phone together. Let's go.
So yeah, I booked an appointment to get a.
Look, I want to get to the good part.
So I was like, yeah, I just took some faux locks out. He was like, normally she doesn't do your hair. We just took faux locks out. So I'm like, what you mean? I said, I told y'all that I was gonna take some faux locks out. He was like, yeah, it normally has to be.
Yeah, this really is my type.
Yeah. She looked good. Hey, I'm listening. she still didn't get her hair done. But I see the potential.
Nigga, I take it.
I'm glad you took the faux locks out.
He was like, yeah. He's like, well, let me go ask her and see. So she comes in there and she looks through my hair
Oh,
And she was like, even though it doesn't look like it needs to be detangled right now, we can't wash your hair because you have to wash and detangle it, and then we come behind you and wash
okay,
it.
here comes Universal.
I said, what? I said, what do you mean? I have to. Now, mind you, these people $100+. So why would I wash and detangle my own hair when y'all finna wash and detangle it anyway? It's natural hair. When natural hair get wet, when you wash it, you have to go and detangle it out because it's natural. She said, yeah, because it's gonna take too many hours.
Mm-hmm.
Now, mind you, this lady ain't black. This lady like probably Dominican or something.
Woo! Universal. What that mean? Explain it to me, Universal. Can you help me with that?
Unfortunately, that means that she don't know how to deal with my type of hair. And that's not an uncommon request for barbershops and beauty shops to have folks wash their hair before they come in because it does take a lot of time. And also, people come to barbershops with all type of dandruff.
What race do with Universal? What race got to do with Universal? What race got to do? You know, there's a race element.
Talking about black folks.
Well, but what them Dominican women hair look like?
Oh, not like this. It's not as coarse. It's curly, but it's usually a lot straighter. They don't have the same problem they do.
My kids got my hair, and I got nappy hair.
And let me give you down the
I was gonna say it depends, sort of.
Like I talked to my lady one time. I used to live in the Bronx with one of my ladies, and
I have to detangle my kids' hair before we go to the salon.
I said, exactly. What is it about the fucking Dominican salons? What is it about? And she said, John, all it is high heat. She says, just high heat. You understand? The Dominican salons are using higher heat on the hair than say other people are doing. That's more or less the gist of it.
Yeah.
But
I was gonna say that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Because they're straightening their hair, so the hotter, the straighter, right?
Yep.
That's really what they're doing. Dominicans use the higher heat, whatever, bumper, curl, coins, bumper, whatever the fuck they use. And so, you'll hear later that this lady said, well, ain't but one other salon that does this. And so the bigger point is everybody's, and again, if you go back and listen to the phone call I had with Dominican, he said, man, 70-80% of the people, and that hair I do is African American. I said, how the hell did you learn how to do hair? You Spanish. He said, yeah, but fuck it. We'll figure out how to do this shit. And everybody is basically picking the lowest hanging fruit in the areas where there's a market for it.
Yeah.
Are you now drawing the full picture here? Me, I'm a landlord. The Indians, the Bengalis, the Yemeni motherfuckers in the corner stores, the liquor stores, the bodegas, they're getting their share. Right? I make the niggas beg on this train. Yes, we do. You don't get like this. The liquor store man can't make them beg like I can. So everybody's getting their little cut. They're feeding off the carcass.
Literal carcass.
Literally.
Foundational broke ass.
And that is what we're highlighting here. I think you can see the underlying theme here.
You like that one, Jones?
From the Hispanic man.
Yeah, I haven't heard that one yet. That fits though.
From the Hispanic man that does their hair, to the Korean man that does their nails, to the educational industrial complex that makes money off of these motherfuckers. They educate lawyers that can't even pay John Galt. Everyone's eating off this carcass here. And I'm just laying it out here for you to figure out how to make pay out of it for yourself.
We're supposed to be the vultures.
I wouldn't even say you're vultures. I would just say you're just other animals in the wild, and everybody's taking slow bites.
As I say,
there's no rush.
University, there's a reason why I still have these 3 phones. Mm-hmm. If I was a
We
woman,
might need to talk about those phones, John. I got some lady friends to ship those out.
you got to
I might
unlock
need to.
it. Don't
I
you
know how
have
to
to
do that.
motherfuckers? Oh, you
Yeah,
do?
I got the connection. Yeah. I got some content to make with some ladies.
We talked about these 3 phones here. My Airbnb guests would just check out, man. They'll leave their phone and don't even give a fuck because they get free phones.
Universal sling.
You gotta be slinging your laptops and iPhone.
Cell phone Jones.
Cell phone
He
Jones.
He went from iMacs to Universal Jones
Hey
to
man, all Apple products.
Oh,
Once you go back, you don't go back.
he got a
Let's get a
special.
check.
He got a special contract with Tim Cook.
The ecosystem's amazing.
Hey, Sandy got a question in the audience.
Why would a Latino or Latina not know how to deal with hair?
Yeah, seriously, that's what I'm saying. We have similar hair to you guys. It's not every Latino that has good hair, bro.
Yeah, I was gonna say Latinos is not like a monolith. Like you have like different phenotypes, different hair textures. Yeah.
So, for instance, like John comes like the closest complexion to my father. My dad got nappy ass hair. So,
Wait, so is that your father in your profile picture right there?
No, that's my grandfather from my mom's side.
Wait, you say you was Puerto Rican, right? If I'm not, Mexican.
I was
right?
born in Puerto Rico, but my parents are Dominican.
Oh, so if you would have said you was Puerto Rican, I would have been like, "Oh, you're from Louisa, right?" Because Louisa is like seen to be like this.
Universal teed up
No,
just
not
for you.
Louisa. Fuck, I forgot the name of it, man. Rio Piedra.
Oh yeah, I don't know. Humble president, what you got against me, man? You still mad about the comment about the blanket, bro?
Hold on, Universal teed up just for you. Universal, go ahead.
The beautiful thing about this song is that she's sitting right there, my fiancée, a white, beautiful woman from United States of America.
What? Oh hell no. Oh hell nah, bro. Come on, dog.
The beautiful thing about this song is that she's sitting right there, my
You know how
fiancée.
Damn, man.
A white, beautiful woman from United States of America.
Yo, even
She looks well. She looks Latina as well, though.
Yeah, go ahead. Hey, but that nigga said he thought she white.
Nah, he just wanna come here, bro.
Why didn't he get a sister to come here? Why didn't he get a
bro?
The beautiful thing about this song is that she's sitting right there, my fiancée.
He's slinging.
He's slinging for real.
A white, beautiful.
90-Day Fiance.
The most beautiful thing in the world.
He's slinging, dog.
Yeah. That nigga said the most beautiful thing in the world.
Yeah, no, that ain't.
That opportunity.
Bro,
That nigga remember that Keith Murray. Y'all remember that Keith Murray? That nigga said the most beautiful thing in the world. That nigga rapping that.
The beautiful thing about this song is that she's sitting right there.
Yes, she is. The most beautiful thing. Universe, you remember the most beautiful thing in the world? You remember that? But Keith Murray.
Okay, Keith Murray. Yep.
Yo, bro, this guy is nuts.
Hey man, he knows how to get to the promised land.
Yeah, he does. But yo,
why
man,
he didn't get a sister? Why he didn't get a sister? University explain to me.
He's playing his cards right.
He could have said, "Beautiful woman."
Come on, John.
United States of
John,
bro. He's playing his cards right. You're not gonna get nowhere into America by dealing with black women. You gotta go into the white society. That's who runs the embassies. Come on now,
bro. You guys got it all wrong.
Beautifulest thing in the world.
You guys got it all wrong. I'm gonna explain. Right. So when you ask for somebody, right, even though you get married, it's still a whole bunch of paperwork, and all that paperwork costs money. right? So if a girl from here is willing to marry a man from out there and bring him out here, that means that she's gonna have to come out of pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And then not only out of pocket with that, the flight also, and then you gotta have a income tax bracket. Basically, you gotta make a certain amount of money, and you also have to have a place to live, bro. So there's a lot of shit, dude. Like it's just not getting married and bringing a person over here.
You know, Universal. I don't know if you remember. Let me see if I can finish playing this shit. I want to finish playing this Universal so you get the idea. Listen, damn, it went to the other tab.
Yeah, go ahead, play it.
This is homegirl again. I want listen.
I'm so pissed.
Listen.
I've been getting my hair. I've been going to a beauty salon since I was 8 years old. Anytime I take braids out of my hair, I said I can see if I ask you to take the braids down. That's different. Or if I came in here with braids still in here, that's different.
Her hair is short too. Like
why would I have washed my hair last night and detangle it, and you to come back the next day, less than 24 hours later, and wash my hair again? She's something that's the possibility.
You heard that, Universal?
Mm-hmm.
She said, "Shit, I've been wearing these braids for 7 weeks."
Mm-hmm. Yep.
7 motherfucking weeks.
7 whole weeks.
And I
whole
ain't
days.
washed my hair. I ain't washed my hair at all. Right? And now I'm about to go to the beauty salon and shit. Right? And you want me to wash my fucking hair? Bitch.
Because you get build up. You get build up, and she may not have used the declarifying shampoo.
But Virgo, she said, yeah, that's what she said.
I'm
7
done.
whole days. Yeah,
I'm done.
Jug.
I'm done. I'm fucking done. I'm done.
Yeah, you're
Good
funny
night.
as hell, bro.
Yo, but Virgo,
Good night.
Virgo could attest though. Like my daughter when she goes to the salon, right? They have a list, and to be honest, we go to a black person's salon. We don't go to a Hispanic person because she gets like her hair curled up, right? But for them to untangle her hair, that's another cost. You get what I'm saying?
It's another cost, and then if your hair is long, like
Virgo,
when I wore my hair, when my hair was long.
7 weeks.
When my hair was long, that's another cost too. Because I used to go to the Dominicans too.
Virgo, ain't nobody trying to roll over and smell that stink, Virgo. That's what we talking about. This stink. That's what we
man.
Virgo. I wish my kids could go to the Dominicans.
Hold on a minute. Hold on. I'm trying to get a nigga to testify to that stink.
But they can't deal with that nappy hair.
I want a man to testify
Yes,
to
they
that.
can. Are you serious?
No, they can't.
I need
Yes, they
somebody.
can. Or at least here in my city, they could.
Your call has been forwarded
Damn, I need somebody gonna testify to that stink.
Yeah,
Oh wait, Latina, you from our city, bro? Come on, bro.
Yeah, yo, I go to the Caverdians, bro.
They're the same, bro. They got the same hair texture. They do it, but everybody goes to Caverdian. You're right.
Yeah, because they know how to deal better with nappy hair. Because most of them got nappy hair.
But I feel like Dominicans is the same level. I gotta ask my wife about it.
Hold on, we got a call coming. Hold on. Hey, Philippe. I know I ain't got you long. I need you to tell me that story when you rolled over.
I can't.
And you smell that braid head stink. Can you tell me that story? Will you smell that stink in that braid head? Can you tell me that story? Huh? Philippe, you there?
Yeah.
Can you tell me that story? You told me a long time ago.
Oh, man, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, well, can you tell me? Can we talk about them braid head sisters that don't wash their hair? They don't wash their hair fully. You know, sometimes they say, you know, they don't wash their hair fully. And it could be, sometimes it could be Philippe. It could be.
I can't.
It could be 7 whole weeks.
I'm done.
Goddamn hell. It's so funny. I remember when you told me one day you rolled over to a sister and her head. That motherfucker. I'll let you go from here. Go ahead, Philippe. Come on, don't be bashful now. Tell us what tell
that pretty much is the story, right? Like,
no, nigga.
We went back to
put some color to it. Put some color to it. What happened? Tell us. Tell us. Black Girl Magic.
Well, we went back to my place. I can't remember how long I was dating her in particular. But we went back to my place. And
Come on now.
Yeah, we ended up having sex, and then we went to sleep. And she put her head on my chest.
But lay your head on my pillow, nigga.
Yeah. And that's here.
You play that song, I swear.
What? But what do you smell like? What do you smell like? Tell us.
Man, it just smelled like dirty hair that hadn't been washed in a long time, you know? That smell.
7 whole weeks.
7 whole weeks.
and I kind of pushed her off me and rolled. I couldn't sleep with that spell in my bed. Yeah.
Was she had a lace front end or what? Or was just natural?
She just had braids. She had like
braids. And her hair was stinking. She had braids.
Actually, she didn't have braids. She just had a lot of weave.
Oh Lord have mercy.
She just had a lot of hair weave.
She probably had to weave in for way too long, and it's just like started having that weave smell.
Did you want to jump on her again after smelling
No, that was actually the last time. That was the last time I saw her.
You did not.
That's a complete
damn lie.
That was the last time I saw her.
Why not?
I like a woman. A woman's hair is sexy to me. A real woman's hair.
How you like it to smell, then, nigga? Tell us. What you like?
I
that
like
shit
it
to
smell good.
Hey, let me. Do you like shea butter, nigga? Do you like that shea butter?
Nah, it wasn't shea butter.
You don't like that butter? How about that Dax? How about that?
No.
Nigga, do you like Dax? Nigga, do you like that Dax? Wait a minute. Wait. No, hey, bro. I don't mean to interrupt you. And no, I'm not this rude. But you date an Asian woman, is that right?
Yeah. Now I do it. Yeah, but now I do.
And do you think that is above a black woman? You be honest. You on John Gall's power. That nigga, John Gall. Do you think the Asian women are above black women? The black women that you met? Go ahead.
Yeah, definitely. In the pecking order, definitely.
Wait, hold on. And it's based on her hair? Is it based on her hair or is it based on the actual?
Tell us, nigga. Tell us.
Well, that's based on the hair is one aspect.
Hold on, because if the chick that had the bad hair, if she has some fire, I don't want to be vulgar, but if she has some fire pussy, then I'm pretty sure you're gonna still go back to her.
No, I can't.
Hold on.
I call cap.
Hey, nigga, I'm gonna put this nigga on mute, right? Right. So, Philippe, you remember that time?
Yeah.
See, these niggas don't understand the nuances of life that a nigga like you live. You understand? Hey, you remember that time, man? You remember that time you were telling me when you went to the Grammys and that black ass niggers?
Yeah.
Can you explain what a nigga, a high class nigga like yourself, when you take a bitch out, a black nigga somewhere nice?
High class nigga.
So, that's a good example actually.
Yeah. Hey, hold on, Philippe. No one else chime in here but Universal, okay? Universal, you there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
I want you to Universal nigga like you, Philippe. You understand, right? A black man like you know what I'm saying? And I want Universal and you to have a back and forth conversation on what Philippe is about to tell you. Go ahead. I'm out of it. Go ahead.
All right, go ahead and tell the story, Philippe, and I'll hop in.
Oh, I was gonna say I had tickets to the Grammys in LA, and not only tickets, I actually I had a connection. I knew someone, so we were in a suite.
Oh wow!
So I take this girl with me as my date, and during the course of the conversation, while in the suite, she had a feeling that I didn't date black women. So she asked me if I dated black women, and I told her not really. No, I'm sorry. She asked me if I dated white women. That's what it was. This was a while ago too. She asked me if I dated white women, and I told her yes, I did. And she had big problems with that, and expressed that in the suite while we were at the Grammys.
In the moment.
No, Philippe. There's something else you're not telling him. She responded certain ways when certain people were performing. Go ahead, tell him that.
I can't remember all of that.
Don't tell me she was dancing in the suite.
I remember.
Don't tell me she was getting crazy.
When the black people were up getting their awards, she was very interested, engaged, right? And when there weren't black people up getting awards, she didn't give a shit. Correct?
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. Yep, that's right.
And you were in the booth or whatever. You were there with non-black people as well. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And they were engaged throughout the entire event. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, Universal, now I want you guys to go back and forth because he didn't remember that part. Go ahead, Philippe. Universal.
So Philippe, you're seeing this, right? I'm sure after maybe a couple of award announcements, you realize something's going on here. What were you thinking at that point? If you can remember.
About her? Well,
yeah, about her behavior.
Yeah, this is
she's obviously slighting the non-black, winners and performers and things. Like, what was going through your head?
Yeah.
At that point?
Well, at that point, what was going through my head was, I don't want to say I felt embarrassed, but I definitely felt like I was with someone who was out of place with everyone else there.
Nigga with a Michelle Obama. Drag that bitch to the Jimmy Carter.
So it made me feel a little out of place because I'm with her.
Sure.
So I brought someone who kind of made me feel out of place with all of them.
Philippe, you tell us a story about that.
But I think
go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, I think what mostly got me, what irritated me about her was the fact that just number one, I brought her to the Grammys. We're in a suite. I mean, a lot of women would be like, wow, that's really, they would feel some gratitude at least.
Yeah. Yeah.
And for her to just turn and start getting all, feeling all offended just because I said I dated white women, that kind of bothered me. So at that point, I was like, okay, I wish I hadn't brought you, and I don't think I'll be talking to you anymore.
Philippe, now I have another question. I want Universal. Have you had a lot of black women to ask you, do you date white women? Both of you guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm talking about black women. Have black women asked you, you date white women?
Yeah. I've gotten that question plenty of times.
Why do you think that is?
For me, it's how I speak and carry myself for the most part. Offline, obviously.
Go ahead. What you saying? Say that one more time.
I said it's because of how I speak and then how I carry myself offline. People just assume. I think also I live in Minnesota, so that plays a role too.
Jesus.
Go ahead, Philippe. What are you saying?
It's the same reason. Because of that, you don't sound like most of the black men that they meet.
Correct.
No,
you don't come across as most of the black men they meet.
But no, I'm talking about the black women that ask you when you take them out, do you date white women? Why do you think they're asking you that?
But that's why. Because I think
that is yeah. Tell them. Go ahead, Philippe.
Sound like most of the black men that they meet.
You know what I think? You know what I think it is? I think they realize that they can't compete, and they're saying like, "Wait a minute, this nigga date white women. I might well bow the fuck out now."
Well, that's interesting, John.
I'm out. If you were white women, what the fuck I'm trying to compete for? I'm out.
Well, John,
nigga.
so I haven't had a woman say that per se, but I have heard I don't know what to do with you, or do you know how to handle a black woman? I have had those things come up.
But didn't Philippe just say that the black woman turned on him when he said he dates white women, right?
Yeah.
Why do you think he turned on you, Philippe? Is Philippe saying?
Well, it almost was like she was upset that I did.
But why would she be upset? She's out with you. Philippe, fuck that. Nigga, I'm tired of you playing games with me now. Now we talk too much. And I'm gonna put up a picture on the screen. You know what I'm about to put up. You remember when my nigga, and what's it that I'm trying not to spoil it for the audience. What's it? Let's see. Remember when I know you remember, because we done talked about this shit a million times. Woo! I found Philippe. I found it. Philippe. I found it. Have mercy. I found it. Philippe, I found it. And what I tell you, Philippe, I gotta wait till I pull up for the audience, Philippe. And then
John is a menace.
Philippe, you gonna remember what I'm talking about. Oh, Philippe, I'm about to pull up, and then and Philippe, you gonna fucking fall out laughing when I'm talking. Philippe, you remember when that nigga Obama was over there in Sweden somewhere? You remember when that nigga was over there in Sweden somewhere? And Michelle with that hairline, with her hairline in the middle of her motherfucking head. And Obama was skinning and grinning. Remember you remember that? Philippe, he was skinning and grinning.
I'm vaguely remembering that.
And
Michelle
said, nigga, you better get your ass away from that white woman, and I'm going to sit in between y'all. Remember that? It was over in Sweden and Norway.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Now, that is why these white women ask you, do you date white women? Because Michelle Obama knows, and them black women that you out with know. Nigga, they know. They know. That if you got a taste for that shit, if you can go up and get it.
You ain't coming back?
Well, they can't compete with that.
That's what I'm talking about, my nigga. That's what I'm talking about. That's why that bitch she couldn't even conform herself at the Grammys.
Yeah. And it's all demeanor. It's demeanor, right? It's just how they carry themselves and how they treat you. And I know we get called, anti-black and all this other shit, but there is a difference. There's a big difference.
Philippe, I got one more story. If you have time to indulge us, you remember that Magic Jack? You know I call them the Magics. They create magic. Them Jewish people. And you remember you were telling me you were going out with a Jewish woman? What did she tell you about her family? I said, I gotta say it like the nigga said, her family. Family.
Oh, Jesus.
What did her family tell you, Philippe? What did she tell you about what her family thought about Negroes? Can you tell us, please?
Yeah.
What did they tell you?
Yeah. they told her that. Well, they were very upset that she was dating a black guy, and they said that all I would do is get her pregnant and then leave her with the baby and not take care of the baby.
No, they didn't. Where they get that from?
Yeah,
they both be
That's
watching
what the dad
movies. New
said.
Jack City.
That's what the dad said, and then he told her he was done with her and he was cutting her off completely.
Cut the bag off. She had choices. Choices.
Did you at least hit it?
Another beer.
Go ahead, Universal. What you saying?
No, that was Ja. Go ahead, Ja. Ask your question.
I was gonna say, did you at least hit it? At the least.
Oh yeah, for sure. But
hey, hold on, Philippe. But this nigga married to an Ethiopian. You know we here in you know about them Ethiopians in DC, nigga. He stepped his game up. He did.
I don't look at it as me stepping my game on. What the hell? That's crazy.
Nigga.
No lie.
What an Ethiopian I had on stream. Yeah, that nigga remember Fana, don't he? Philippe. He remember Fana. That motherfucker was fine. Where Fana at? Let me put Fana back up on the screen. I'm gonna put Fana up on the screen, Philippe, while we talking here. You remember Fana, don't you, Philippe?
Yeah, I remember.
Crazy Ethiopian bitch. But go ahead, Philippe. Go ahead. What are you saying? Some Ja had a question.
That was it.
Ja had a question.
What happened. I think someone was asking a question. Yeah.
Ja, you had a question there?
He already answered it. He said he did.
Yeah, he answered it.
Hey, Philippe, let me ask you a question. You went to NVIDIA AI convention the other day. Is that correct?
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And you want to tell the audience about that? What did you see that was kind of interesting?
Oh yeah. That was it was an AI conference, so it had a lot of the the main thing to see was all the multiple companies were there showing off applications, how AI can be applied in different industries. So there were different car companies there showing autonomous vehicles. There were 3 or 4 robotics companies there showing off robots. So that was the most interesting thing, just seeing how AI is being used across different industries.
We were talking the other day. I got Fauna up on the screen. Ooh, I remember Fauna. Have mercy on her crazy ass. You remember her crazy ass, Fauna. Have mercy.
Yeah.
On her crazy ass.
You enjoyed that craziness, though.
Don't talk too much. Paid her rent.
You seem to enjoy that craziness.
She paid her rent dutifully to that nigga John Galt. Philippe, I don't know if you can see the screen, but we had a nigga up here begging like a dog.
For what?
Ladies and gentlemen, was he not begging for rent like a dog?
Yo, I'm gonna get you 100. I'm gonna get you 150 by 9 o'clock.
He begging like a dog, ladies and gentlemen.
Please.
God, please don't put me out. Begging like a dog.
Jeez.
Hey, so we did a fundraiser for the nigga. You remember how when we were growing up, we about the same age, we could adopt Ethiopians, and we got an Ethiopian on the street. Have mercy. The niggas can't afford her today. The niggas can't afford her today. But back when I was growing up, we could adopt a nigga like that. She was a little girl with flies around her mouth.
Oh my God.
But she now here in America, and the niggas, they gotta have money to pay for her. Yes, they do, but a nigga like John Galt.
Well, can I chime in real quick?
She'll go right here.
Well, I wouldn't say like necessarily like Ford an Ethiopian because it's more. I think it's more of a cultural sort of clash or cultural thing more than like sort of materialistic or Ford and her. Like when I noticed because I dealt with several Ethiopians before my wife actually.
Hold on for a minute. Yeah. Hold on for a minute. Since we got Philippe on the phone, I promise I won't let you talk. But I want to bring this nigga to culture, Black American culture, and I want to say Ooh la la. Ooh la la, nigga. What comes to your mind when I say ooh la la? What comes to your mind, nigga? When I say,
oh, you mean that restaurant?
What kind of restaurant? What?
On
Ooh
U
la
Street,
la.
the soul food restaurant.
Ooh la la. Tell me about it. Tell me your experience. Ooh la la.
A French restaurant.
It wasn't no French, nigga. That shit straight nickel. Tell me about ooh la la. Ooh. You went.
Just a dirty, nasty soul food.
Nigga, did
so
you have
dirty,
a good time?
nasty
Nah,
soul food restaurant on U Street. I think it was run by prostitutes. It seemed like it.
He being honest. Now he being honest. See, university, you had to really bring it out to these niggas.
Oh my god.
But how did you get there, nigga? Tell us. Tell us how you got there. See, he want to start there, universe. Tell us how you got there, nigga. Huh?
Oh, we met these girls at Republic Gardens.
And what?
Remember.
And what?
And went to that restaurant.
And then what happened?
And they and then both of them went behind the counter and started cooking.
Ooh la la.
Yeah.
What y'all want? Okay,
we'll be
right back.
You know, she ain't telling me about the panties.
Nope.
What part? Oh, yeah. I forgot about that part, actually. When we were in front of the restaurant, we got there first, waiting for them. Because, these are old stories. John, that's why I forget some of the details. You talk about when I first lived in DC. This story's like 20 years old.
Hey, bro, you goddamn. I had this YouTube channel 20 years ago. Ooh, these niggas would be take. I tell you about the dead body, but them one the first one, man. Oh man.
Oh Lord.
There were more. You heard so many stories. I tell you about niggas. Like there's so many stories over the years, Philippe. You finally got your taste of it after 20 years. You finally got your taste of a Negro. Philippe, there's one more thing that I want you to cover for the people in the audience. For these black lawyers that you know, what do they end up doing? We had a black lawyer up here. Remember what Trump said to that nigga? He was down on his knees. He wouldn't. Remember what Trump said something to that effect? He wouldn't get down on his knees. Remember that, Philippe?
Yeah. I remember that. Mm-hmm.
So I had a lawyer up here. He was, man. He was about like in the same damn position that transgender. We had a transgender call. He said, "Are you cute? What do you look like?"
Oh yeah.
And that lawyer was like, the same crazy. And so, Philippe, we know a lawyer or two and a nigga that go on TV to talk shit. A lot of these educated niggas that we've seen in DC have become more or less making their living off the racial grievance racket. Would you say that's fair?
Yeah.
Tell us about it. Tell us about it from your perspective.
Well, the ones I know, they couldn't make it in their job. So once that started to become apparent to the people they work for, and they felt like they were going to be kicked out, I think, or that their responsibilities were reduced, they decided to sue them or threaten to sue them for racism and all that stuff. That was their exit strategy, I guess.
University, you ever had that experience?
No.
Are you familiar with somewhat similar to that experience? You say you just had to lay off a black woman. Wait, you know what? Philippe, do you remember that? Yeah. Hold on for 1 second. Philippe, do you remember that black woman that was working at this company, and she was like a big old boisterous ass black woman, and they just hired her basically to deal with the blacks? You remember that?
She was a muscle.
No.
Remember you were working at some company, and the white woman had this black woman that she was loud and boisterous. I can't remember what company you told me you worked for.
Oh yeah. That was when I was
tell us this story. Please tell us this story. Please tell us this story. That's beautiful. That's a beautiful story.
Yeah.
Tell us.
Yeah, well, she hired her to be her chief of staff, and a white woman hired her to be her chief of staff at Nutanix, and the woman was pretty much incompetent. And that came out as she went, after a month or so, people started complaining about her. So she fired her, and then she fired her, and then she turned around and sued her.
For what?
Sued the company and accused them of racism.
Yeah, I had that same.
The interesting thing was she accused them of racism when they hired her to a high level position, and then fired her.
I just had that situation 7 months ago. Hired somebody at a $85,000 position. She lasted about a year, but she probably knew that it wasn't a good fit 8 months into the job and gave her some extra time to get it figured out. Turned around and put a EEOC complaint out there and tried to sue us.
Interesting fact. 90%
Wait a minute. Hold on, Latino. I got one more question because I know Philippe, we have to run in a minute. You in the AI sector, that's the forefront of pretty much large chunk of investment in America, in the world right now. Would you say that's fair? You build our AI data centers. Is that correct? You have companies, you have Fortune, let's say 15 companies calling you. Is that fair? How many black people have you worked around in the last 3 years?
None. Zero.
Why do you think that is? This is the leading forefront of the next. It's like the next revolution. Would you say it's like the next revolution of from internet to AI, something like that? And why do you think there are no blacks in the building out of the AI infrastructure that you've worked with?
I don't think don't think they're in that industry, to be honest. They probably don't have. I don't think they have the discipline and to some degree, intelligence to make it in that industry. It's not an industry, from what I can see.
Well, why do you think that is?
And I don't think it's an industry that interests them, too. In general, I think they're more interested in other things.
But how could they not be interested in the
more interested in entertainment and sports?
You think so?
Those are the traditional industries. I think those are the traditional industries that they're mostly interested. Sports, entertainment, stuff like that.
Jesus.
And that's your experience. We leave it at your experience. I know people are saying, Jesus, this nigga here just lying on us. These blacks out here built a robot. They would have got the people that were lost in space. The nigga would have got the lost in space people. But from your vantage point,
I don't think there are any blacks on that team to rescue those astronauts.
But they built the vax.
You said they built what?
The vax.
Oh yeah, you mean that one black chick?
Yeah, she had that magic going. Can I get you if you
okay.
Can I get you to summarize your if you to be honest, give us a summary of your experience dating black women.
Summary. I haven't thought about it really. In summary.
Well, give it to me, nigga. Do you date black women?
No, I don't.
Okay, why not? Okay, well, why not?
Summary.
Well, why not? No. Okay, why not? Why not? No, why not?
Well, there's a few reasons why. Number one, I don't like fake hair at all. I don't like fake hair. I don't like weave. I don't like braids. I don't like any of that. So that eliminates probably 80-something% of black women right there. I would say.
You hear that black woman say, "Oh gosh." Philippe here. She said, "Oh God,
how dare he?"
What about wigs? Do you like wigs? They have real
You
hair
don't
up
like
on
any
their
of it.
wig.
Like real hair.
You like real hair. But what
Like
else?
real hair.
Okay, so if a sister had real hair, what is there anything else?
As in that's a deal breaker for me. Like
Okay,
I
let's
will
say
not date a woman
okay,
with
what
fake
about
hair.
the sister with the real hair now? Come on now. Some of these niggas got real hair.
Yeah. About
Okay, now what about
10,
them?
15% of them do.
Now what about them? What about them?
Yes. I don't like overweight women that don't appreciate some kind of healthy lifestyle.
Damn, we ain't talked about that weight. Well, all we've been talking about is they hate all day long.
Well,
all we've
you
been
take-
talking about is they hate. But that weight, that's the elephant in the room. That is
Yep.
that elephant.
You take
That's
that.
That's that
Like,
elephant.
there's no overweight white women.
Would you say that's that
You
elephant?
take that in the hair.
Hey, hold
I
on,
think if you take
hold on, Philippe. Somebody said, yeah, you act like they ain't no overweight women. What you said, Philippe? Philippe, fuck that. Philippe, you remember when you used to live in Columbia Heights and that white girl said something about her ass? What did she say to you, Philippe?
that one I don't remember. What was that?
Nigga, I almost got a beautiful mind. And it was a white girl. She said, I exercise and I get in shape, but do you remember what she said to you now, Philippe? In Columbia Heights in that building. She said, but I ain't gonna have
You remember that story better than me.
I do, because I got a beautiful mind. And she said, I ain't gonna have no fat ass like them black girls. You remember that? She said, but nice, talk, and round. You remember that?
I don't remember that.
Remember the white girl that lived in your building? I don't want to give too much detail. In Columbia Heights. And she was talking about exercising or whatever. And she said to you, like, I ain't gonna have no big fat ass like no black girl. You don't remember that? I remember you telling me. It was the white girl with the boyfriend. You remember the white girl with the boyfriend?
And I remember her, but I just can't remember that conversation that I told you about. Yeah. Yeah.
And basically you were telling me that a nice tone fit white girl, that shit'll do it for a nigga, won't it?
Yeah.
That big old BBL, you don't need that. You want that sundress.
Oh, natural.
University, you want that sundress, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good on all body types, but the sundress definitely is top tier. With a nice bow, absolutely.
Somebody said John remember more about Philippe like than he does. Because I remember the money moments. I am that nigga. This is how I formed my beliefs in life. I had to remind that nigga of some of this shit. I'm trying to think of something else, Philippe. We can share with these niggas. You remember?
Well, the point I was going to make though is you take if you just take the hair and the body aspects that I just said, that pretty much eliminates probably 95% of black women.
You think so? Damn. Hey, one more thing, Philippe. I wanted to ask you. You remember that sister? I hope you feel the same way too. That you met that was in LA. She was working at the school district. I think it was Issa Rae's school district. I hope you feel the same way too. And you remember that sister? She ran into some hard times. You remember that?
Yeah, she was a teacher.
And what happened?
She got moved out by Latinos.
Say what? Say what?
My people?
Tell us how it happened, Philippe. Tell us. She got moved out by Latino. They didn't want diversity.
Yeah.
Wait, they didn't celebrate people of color. The brown and black ass coalition.
Nah, John, they said in Moreno está robando.
So what was so what happened? Tell us about that sister gal.
Well, they wanted more Latino diversity.
Say what?
It was interesting. It was interesting because they use the same excuse that blacks use when they say we want blacks to teach young blacks because they relate to them better. Well, they wanted Latinos to teach Latinos because they relate to them better.
Universal, what
And
you
in
think about
LA,
it?
and in LA, Latinos are the black. Like Latinos are like the black in LA.
Yep.
So
Bakersfield.
they're the majority.
So it's as if the snivel, I call it snivels, just so you know what everybody else would. The snivel rights is being used against the blacks. Would you say this, fan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Snivel rights.
Neville.
Used against the blacks. That's very interesting, I believe.
It sounds like the Latino slang.
So what happened to the black girl? What happened to the black girl, Philippe?
Well, she ended up getting let go. I know that. I don't know what happened to her after that. But I know that particular school district let her go.
So they let her go. Damn.
Because I think she started not really getting along with them. She started getting upset because she saw what was happening. So
in other words, you
disgruntled employee.
So basically, what you saying? The ground shifted up on her. It became a Latino playground.
Yeah.
And she would live. What was she living? Who was she living with? I remember all these things, Philippe. Do you remember who she was living with?
She was living by herself.
I thought she was living with an uncle. I thought she lived with an uncle or somebody.
No, I think
remember one time you tell me she was living with an uncle or somebody. You went by his house and it was it didn't look all that well. But anyway, very interesting, Philippe. Very interesting, Philippe. What's the last black girl, sister gal, you dated?
Probably about 15, 20 years ago.
Universal, what'd you think about that?
That's eons ago, man. A lot has changed since then. I don't think it's got any better though. To be honest with you, it might be worse. 15 years ago, we didn't have so much cosmetic surgery like we do today. Or wigs. Wigs weren't as in style as they are today either. So you might have dodged some bullets.
Not as many were wearing wigs. That's true. Not as many were wearing wigs.
That's not at that time. No.
Hey, Philippe, niggas always want to know, what did their head smell like?
What the hell?
Can you describe what their head smell like? Describe it for us, Philippe. What their head smell like?
The only way I can describe that is it just smelled like hair that hadn't been washed in a long time.
Was it mustard? Was it?
Did it smell like moldy beer?
But that shit mustard like your armpit.
John, you ever smell my hair? You're being weird. You're being weird today.
I'm dying over here.
That's crazy.
Oh, Philippe, man, if you had a son, Philippe, would you allow him to, how would you feel if he dated a black woman today? The black women that you see, the ones, how would you feel if your son brought home a sister gal, old 19-year-old fat ass,
shiesty,
with a poo shot? Nigga, don't make me pull up that YNB.
But
if you had a daughter and she brought home that if you had a son and she brought home,
disappointed, man. Disappointed.
Really?
Felipe, let me ask you a question. Are you Black American or African American or
what? Black? Yeah, you black.
Black American?
Black American.
Okay.
Yeah, Black American.
They about to call your ass.
You would be pretty much ashamed if your son brought home a Black American girl.
Nigga,
I'd be disappointed.
Hey,
disappointed.
Hey, hold on.
Yeah,
crazy. What's your biggest fear in life, nigga? What's your biggest fear in life, nigga? What's your biggest fear in life, nigga? Tell us, crowd, what's your biggest fear? Tell us what it is. What's your
that in my old age, I won't have enough money to not live around niggas.
Oh man, what would you
This is
pay to
debaucherous.
stay away from the FBA? That is the question.
Are you Uncle Ruckus' nephew?
Have you ever watched Uncle Ruckus, Philippe?
I love his character. I think it's funny.
Felipe, let me ask you a question. Like, what if your son brought home like maybe like a Jamaican or Haitian, like a different black ethnic group? Would you be okay with that?
I've done that too. I'd rather pass.
Wait a minute, you had a Haitian. Tell us
So
about
you pretty much trying to like white out your bloodline or something like that, or what?
Say that again.
I said you're pretty much trying to like white out your bloodline.
And they trying to clean this shit up, man.
No, because I haven't just dated white women. I've dated Asian women. I dated a woman. I dated an Iranian woman.
No, but I'm talking about specifically for your son. Like, if you have, hypothetically speaking, if you had a son and he brought home like a black woman from a different ethnic group, would you be okay with that or not? Or like, would you prefer him to date white or Asian or what?
I mean, ultimately, I'll let him, date whoever he wants to date, right? I'm not going to try and tell him who to date.
No, but you said you would be ashamed if he brought home like a black woman or something like that, right?
Bum
I said I'd be disappointed.
Disappointed.
He brought home bum cushion.
Yeah.
John, shut up.
Bum cushion from
Kimmy's better now.
John is on fire
And let me say
tonight,
a little bit
man.
more about that.
Go ahead, Philippe. Go ahead.
Well, let me say a little bit more. I'd be disappointed because I feel like he could probably do a bit better.
He could do better.
That's crazy. That's some straight coon ass shit, bro. What are you talking about?
Why you think that's cool? Why do you think that's cool?
That's some weird shit he's saying, bro. What the hell?
Here's a man married to an Ethiopian talking about you a coon. Shit, that
Yeah,
nigga
she a black woman, bro. What are you talking about? She's African. She's the original black.
That nigga went to the top of the pyramid of the goddamn Africa. Right?
Oh,
I don't understand that.
Hey, goddamn it! Listen, you know what Fallon used to tell me, Philippe. She said, "I'm like a mix of the best of the black and white woman." That's what she used to tell me.
Who said that?
This one right here on the screen, nigga.
Yeah.
She said because they got that Italian, there's some Italian, whatever the fuck they got going on over there in Ethiopia.
They don't got no Italian. They went to war with the Italians.
Whatever, but shit, war nigga means somebody somebody fucking doing a war.
Yeah.
Right? Somebody fucking doing a war, don't they?
No, that's just that's just their natural phenotype. It has nothing to do with admixture.
Do people fuck during war now?
Yeah, they do.
Okay, now
yeah, but what I'm saying is that Habesha Ethiopians, that's their natural phenotype. It has nothing to do with like
what she told me,
admixing with like Italians or anything like that.
Someone's up on the street.
No, well, remember in Eritrea, they were colonized by Italy for like a long time. So a lot of them do have Italian mixture.
That's right.
Yeah, maybe them, but maybe Eritreans. Yeah,
but hold on.
Yeah, maybe Eritreans. Even today, like Eritreans, like a base state for like other Western countries. They have like a lot of foreign military bases in their country, but Ethiopia specifically, they fought against the Italians.
Yeah, remember they were one land, and then they got divided.
No, what's that country on the other side?
Hold on.
Djibouti.
Hold on, we got a call on the end,
Yeah.
so we don't want to get bogged down in historical bullshit. Yeah, all right. You guys got any questions? The AI, Sister Gals, he's been giving y'all some. You got questions? He's willing to take any kind of question.
All I know is that company that he went to go see. There's about to be major changes in the company my wife works for because they switch into NVIDIA too and AI. So yeah, that's not looking good for the.
And you know what? I want to ask you about Waymo, Philippe. You worked on Waymo, right? The build out for Waymo. Everyone knows what Waymo is, right? Waymo is going to be coming to DC in 2026. Everyone know what Waymo is?
Mm-hmm.
Does everyone know what Waymo?
Tell us.
Waymo is. Tell us, Philippe, what Waymo is. What you did at Waymo?
Yeah, autonomous vehicles, autonomous taxis, like Uber with no driver.
Right. And you worked on the rollout where?
No
Was it?
human driver.
You worked on the rollout where? Arizona?
And actually in Arizona and in DC.
Right. And so in 2026, they will be rolling out Waymo, I guess some of the efforts that you worked on, Waymo will be rolling out in 2026 in DC. You know, I'll let you hear that for you guys that are interested in it. It's probably coming everywhere. Would you say that's fair?
Yeah, I think so.
Driverless taxi
If it's not Waymo, it'll be someone else.
Waymo are expected to launch in the nation's capital in 2026. The District of Columbia Department of Transportation anticipates that Washington, D.C. could see a large increase in vehicle travel and metro transit riders over the next several decades. DCST expects metro ridership to fluctuate by neighborhood, with some areas turning to taxis. Waymo co-CEO Tekedra Malakana says, quote, "We are excited to bring the comfort, consistency, and safety of Waymo One to Washingtonians, those who work hard and play in the city every day, and the millions of people around the world who travel to the district every year. While the Waymo One app will be available for another year, Waymo taxis have test drivers to see and not out."
Damn, that's pretty interesting right there. Damn, full speed ahead here. Anyway, anyone have any questions for Philippe before I let him go here?
I actually do have a final question for Philippe.
Yeah, go ahead.
Philippe, since you're in this industry, what advice would you give? Let's say like a 24-year-old, 25-year-old young black male who's trying to figure out what his future is going to be like here in America. Should he focus on something around AI? Should he keep playing PlayStation on the couch? What should the young black male do?
I think I think definitely could probably lay off of the PlayStation, but you know, I think stuff like AI, you have to do some of your own, like no one's gonna really lay it out for you. So you have to go and search out knowledge on it. So what I mean by that is, you know, you find some books and you read about it and, you know, and all that, but then you go to a conference, an AI conference, you have to really go kind of make the effort to learn about it. And you'll probably have to do that to some degree independently on your own, because no one's going to lay it out for you, right? You can't go down to the library and just, you know, and find a book on AI, or you can't just show up at a company that's doing AI and say, "Hey, I want to work for you."
Yeah.
And they're going to hire you. So you have to build up your knowledge of it. And to do that, you'll have to go out and search out that knowledge. So, you know, like the conference I just went to, like when I moved from DC to LA, my first step in doing that was I started visiting LA and going to different events and meeting people and networking.
Yep.
And then I found my first gig in LA that way. And so you kind of have to be very, a little bit entrepreneurial in terms of going out and getting knowledge about it.
Yep. Gotcha. Thank you for answering the question.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Do you how did you get into the field, AI?
Well, I got into it because I was already doing IT project management in other areas. And then AI just ended up crossing over into projects that I was already managing. So I was building out data centers and stuff like that. And then, well, AI needs data centers. So that ended up being something that was introduced into the projects that I was working on. So that's kind of how I got into it, kind of that intersectional. But even then you kind of have to build up a knowledge about it, about what you're building. So then I had to do my own kind of self-study to learn more about it. And like I said, self-study includes, you know, looking up stuff to read and watching stuff online, but then also going out to like the conference I went to, the NVIDIA conference I went to, and learning about it and networking with people in the industry.
I mean, you spent a lot of money over the years on your own money. right? Learning like project management and stuff like that. There's a lot of self-investment. Would you say it's fair?
Yeah, a lot of it. Yeah, and that's kind of what I'm talking about now. Like when I was talking about going out and capturing that knowledge, I spent a lot of money going to, I spent money going to conferences, getting a project management certification, stuff like that. Yeah.
Well, man, I ain't gonna hold you much
John,
longer.
I have a question for Philippe.
Yeah, go ahead. Philippe, you gotta
My
go.
question is, like, can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, great. So similar to like your dating preferences, most of the black men in my family and the black women in my family, I don't know what's up. No one really dates inside their race. I feel like I'm one of the only. I'm like one of the few in my family who does. But I find like with the women, they're more accepted by like the guys' families, but the men they never get to like fit in to like the woman that they have the preference for. Like it's always scary to their families that their daughter is with a black man, and I don't know how you navigate that because I see it happen a lot to like my uncles, my cousins. Excuse me, but like all the women in my family who date outside their race, they don't have that problem of being seen as like scary to be with.
Yeah.
Do you think it would be different if you were a woman? I guess to what you're saying.
Well, I just think to a lot of other races, black men have a bad reputation. So I think that's what explains that.
Where do you think that bad reputation comes from?
From black men.
University, come on.
Not all black men, but from some of them.
University.
Enough to tip the scale. Yeah, it's based on our behavior. He's right.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this question: do you think it is that reputation of black men has affected your ability to date white women and other outside of your race? Really?
Or just date outside my race?
How so?
Definitely.
How so?
Well, I've had at least 3 experiences where they've told me that, including the Jewish experience that we talked about.
Is that like the black tax? Is that like the black tax in America? Is that the black tax?
I guess you could call it that, yeah. But yeah, to answer that lady's question, I think that's it. I think the difference is that black men have a bad rap, a much worse reputation.
But my question, I guess my deeper question is that black women are so terrible. How come other races accept them into their families a lot easier than they would like a black man? If black women are just as bad or worse.
Okay, Kim, let me rephrase the question for him.
Okay.
We know a lot of common sisters, right? We do, right? Philippe.
Yeah.
We know a lot of common sisters.
Well, I don't think they're just as bad or worse. I wouldn't say that. Like, I mean, I think there's different reasons. So, for instance, when I dated the Jewish girl, her parents said that they thought I would get her pregnant and then not be a responsible father. Right?
Yeah.
I don't think black women have as bad a reputation as black men in terms of not being a responsible parent.
Oh, I see.
I don't think, you know what I mean? So I don't think they're seen as bad in certain ways compared to black men to other races.
Yeah, because what I find with the men in my family, it never really goes past dating because their families won't allow it to go past dating. So it might be like a year or 2, and then like, all right, you really got to get married now. So let's go back to what we know. Like, let's go back to finding a Pakistani man or an Arab man or a white man. Cut that off now. Fun time is over. It's time to go and get married.
Hey, Philippe.
Think about all the.
Hold your thought 1 second, Philippe. I got a bad memory. I want to get to the common sisters that we know Time is going by now. And we want to talk about some of the common sisters and some of you broad man may have a common experience. Let's talk about some of those sisters. Them sister gals. Black Girl Magic. Describe where they are today. Black Girl Magic. Most of the sister gals. Life ain't been no crystal stair at this motherfucker.
I can't take John.
Life ain't been no crystal stair. So I want you to describe some of the sister gals. Do we know some of these educated sisters? Oh Lord, some of them were so educated, weren't they, Philippe? When we first got to DC, they were so educated, weren't they?
Yep.
And then what happened? My nigga?
Time ran out. And like the duck goose game, right? Like, or what's that game where it's like, musical chairs or whatever?
I call it musical chair. I said somebody gonna have to sit. I always said somebody gonna have to sit in somebody's lap. These niggas didn't want to share the lap. Babies. We could have made lap babies a new definition of a lap baby. Somebody gonna have to sit in somebody's lap. We're gonna have to share a man. So what happens to all them sister gals? Them Spellman, them Morehouse sister. Ooh, I remember. Lee, they came up here and they wanted to build a family. And then what happened?
John, can you thank Philippe for answering my question?
Oh, you're welcome.
I appreciate that.
He can hear everything.
Thank you for answering my question. I appreciate that.
Philippe, tell them what happened to these sister gals that wanted to start their families. Oh, fuck that. We get to it in a minute.
I'm just saying thank you. That's all.
I want you to get to them sister gals. They wanted to get married and start a family. How did it turn out for them, Philippe? When you look back, take a random walk back. What happened, Philippe?
They didn't get out of one of those things, right? They ended up with neither one, married or family.
Universal chime in. It's all yours now. You and Philippe go back and forth.
It's just like Kanye said. Would you trade it all? Would you trade it all?
I wanted to ask him a question.
Go ahead.
Felipe, are you like currently married now or not?
No.
So another question: do you? Because basically, what you were saying something about your son, like you would be ashamed of him or disappointed if he dated a black woman. So I want to ask you: do you feel it sort of? Do you feel that it's sort of repulsive that you came from a black woman? Like, do you like? Are you ashamed of coming from a black woman?
No.
Hey, hold on. Nah, I gotta intervene right there. My nigga, I know this nigga very well. You took very good care of your mother, then my nigga. I gotta tip my hat to this nigga. You took very good care of your mother. If she still alive, I don't mean to say that like she ain't here. You take very good care of your mother. Would you say it's very fair? Mm-hmm. She a black woman. Is that correct?
Yeah, yep. and that leads me to my next question. What about your parents? Like, do they prefer you to date within your race or date outside of your race, or what? Or they don't really have that? I guess they look at it as your own sort of prerogative.
They look at it as my own prerogative, but they prefer that I date within my race.
Oh, okay.
Let me ask you this question, Philippe. So these niggas would get an idea where you come from. You would say that you are that nigga among your siblings. Would you say that's fair? I mean, that's my terminology. Okay, so you understand what that's my terminology. I am that nigga John Galt. And among your siblings, you are that nigga, right?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Would you say your other siblings are like underachievers or something, or what?
Now you just that nigga. No matter what the fuck they do, ain't nobody running no race looking behind, nigga. We looking forward. Ain't nobody compare yourself to nobody else.
I mean, it's your siblings, so I don't know. Maybe
Ain't
you might
nobody
compare. I don't know.
Philippe, what is your ethnicity?
Black American.
Oh, okay.
That hurt them to their heart right there. They were hoping your ass would be.
And both my parents are Black American.
Oh, okay. Because Philippe is more of a Hispanic name, so that's why I was asking.
Now I was gonna say Philippe was more of like maybe Hispanic. I was gonna
That's
say
a
like
screen
French.
name. Yeah, that's a screen name right there. You sometimes
Yeah,
get
it's just my
accused of being
screen name.
Asian and shit, right?
Yeah, it's just my screen name. That's all.
You want to talk about?
Did I answer your?
Go ahead.
Did I answer your question? Though I think she had a question. Did I answer that, or I can't remember?
Oh yeah, you did. I thought you were some sort of Caribbean or Hispanic or something like that. So yeah, you did answer my question.
Oh
Thank you.
no.
Can we talk about these HBCUs? University. You want to talk about the HBCUs? Can we talk about that?
What is there to talk about?
Philippe went to Morehouse.
Yeah, what aspects?
Okay.
What aspects of it did you want to talk
That
about?
nigga might have been there with Bob.
Oh, salute to Bob. Morehouse is a good school. I toured it.
Okay, well,
didn't go. Probably should have.
I went to Grambling.
Philippe went to Morehouse.
I toured Grambling as well. Good school.
Philippe went to Morehouse, so we're gonna let Philippe give us an idea. Give us a little, what you think about Morehouse, Philippe? Would you send your son to Morehouse? Martin Luther King.
Overall.
Martin Luther King.
Yeah.
Be a dreamer. That nigga could be a dreamer.
Yeah.
Could be a dreamer. You don't want your son to
So I
be
went
a
to
dreamer.
Morehouse.
Yeah.
I went to Morehouse, but then I also for undergrad, but then for grad school, I went to a big university for grad school. A big state university for grad school. Not an HBCU. And if I had to go back and do it again, I just would have probably gone to a state university or a non-HBCU. When I look at the two experiences, I would have gone to a non-HBCU, even for undergrad.
You didn't like them big booty Spelman girls, though. There's some big booties at that motherfucker. Freak Nick. Nigga, you had Freak Nick. Was you there doing Freak Nick?
Well, the interesting thing is, when I was at Morehouse, I was still dating black women.
Oh, damn. So what happened? What did the worm
it's
turn?
not even, so that's not even why I wouldn't go. I think I wouldn't go because I just think it was very poorly run. I think the facilities, I think it was just a very poorly run school.
Now, are you part of the Divine Nine?
Well, I never went
Philippe?
to the H. Oh, sorry.
Are you one of the Divine Nine, Philippe?
Divine Nine.
You know what it is, Philippe.
I'm trying. I know I've heard that before, but I can't think of what that is at the moment.
Did you pledge?
I've heard
Did you
it before.
pledge?
So it's a like one of those black fraternity clubs.
One of the black fraternities. Yeah. No. I didn't do that. I didn't do that.
Why not?
I feel like I could kind of relate to Philippe with the HBCU thing because it never appealed to me when I was looking for colleges or universities back in my time, and and for me it wasn't about the facilities, etc. It was about the people because I never had going to high school. I never had black people be nice to me. They were always like very mean. They picked on me a lot. They used to call me an Oreo, and I'm not even half white. I never really understood that. They always say, "Oh, you sound white. You act white," and I never really understood that.
I
And I'm like, I
have
can't
an
really
idea
immerse
why.
myself in. I can't immerse myself around that. And then when I looked at the programming, they didn't have golf. They didn't have fencing. So I'm like, what do they do on campus all day?
Well, we have bands.
Dancing. What else?
You know,
And
we have
fraternities and sororities.
sports, we have football, we have basketball, we have soccer. You know, we
Is there
have
a chess
everything.
team?
Yes,
Okay.
there was a chess team.
What about debate? Do they do debate still then?
I did debate.
Awesome.
I did that in high school as well.
But my point is, Black people were incredibly mean to me. They're still incredibly mean to me. I just don't know. So I was not going to put myself in more of that. That was why I didn't do it.
Well, I only applied to HBCUs.
So Philippe, you wouldn't allow your son, you wouldn't suggest an HBC to your son?
No. Very, very poorly run and managed, very poorly managed institutions. From what I saw.
Someone is on the panel saying they would beg to differ with you, Philippe.
Yeah, well, you know, I guess we all have our own experiences there. But I know, like I said, I went to a big state university for grad school, and I saw huge differences.
Yeah, and I did as well. My first degree, I went to Grambling State, and then my second degree, I actually graduated from a school in New York, Lehman College, out in the Bronx. So yeah, there were differences, but I think if anything, I would go back to an HBCU.
What else I was going to ask you, Philippe? Anything else you want to talk about before I let you go here?
No, I think we covered. I think we covered a bit. We covered quite a bit.
Anyone have any questions for Philippe before he goes here? You got him. You got him on the
I
line.
did one last question about the schools.
I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, I heard enough from him.
I don't have that sentiment, but I don't have any more questions.
Nah, I fuck with you. I fuck with you, bro. Man.
Nigga
That's
want
crazy.
you to roll over and smell that stanky head. Philippe want you to smell
Nah,
that.
it is what it is, man. That's his prerogative, man. I ain't gonna hate on that. You know?
It was your prerogative too, though. That's the
Philippe,
part.
can you do the stanky head? Can you do the stanky head? Like the stanky leg. There's a
Stanky leg.
dance. So go ahead, Universe. I'm sorry about that. Go ahead.
So, Philippe, could you, before you head out, could you describe the difference between the networking opportunities from your master or from your graduate degree program and your undergrad experience? And what was the difference between the HBCU experience in networking versus the non-HBCU school you went to?
A lot more in my grad program, but also I was in business school, and there's a huge component of going to business school is like networking. Like it's part of the program. They set you up to start networking with companies and stuff like that when you first start. So there's really no comparison to undergraduate, especially at HBCU. Not that there weren't networking opportunities at HBCU, but undergrad, but far more once I got to business school. But again, that's such a core component of an MBA program, networking and working with different businesses. Like that's the whole goal of that whole program. So it's a little different. There's reasons it's a little different.
Yep. Got it. Thank you.
All right. I don't know if did that answer your question?
Yeah, it did. It did answer my question. Yes, thank you.
Yeah. One of the big things or big differences that I didn't enjoy in HBCU, John, I think I've told you this a couple of times, mentioned this, we've talked about this, is I don't think they treated the students as adults, as responsible adults. I think in many ways they were treated like kind of irresponsible children. And there may be good reason for that, because there probably were a lot of irresponsible children there, but or people who didn't have father figures, etc.
Man-child in the promised land. Man-child in the promised land is what I call them. Man-children.
Yeah, and I think a lot of what I saw at Morehouse was geared towards that, and I didn't like that, because I didn't feel like I did not feel as though I needed that kind of intervention, but I guess a lot of them do.
Any other questions, guys? We let Philippe get out of here.
Nope. Appreciate your time, Philippe.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Philippe.
good talking with everyone.
Hey,
shout out to you, Philippe.
You had to come back and give us another update on some AI shit.
Yeah, that was good.
Okay, yeah, happy to.
Sounds great, my man Philippe. All right. What do you guys?
Ja.
What do you guys think about the conversation? There, go ahead.
I'm just gonna ask Ja a question. Do you have a channel, Josh? Stanley's asking in the chat.
Oh no, I don't have a YouTube channel now. I have like a Telegram group that I have. Yeah.
Do you want to share the link? We can post your link here if you like.
But you're a moderator at Kazorian, right?
Yeah.
You're right. So I think Sammy's been on Kazorian, right?
Yeah, so I'm a moderator over there, but I also host a Telegram group that most of the people in Kazorian channel and other groups, other channels, they pretty much join in that.
If you drop your link in the back chat, I'll post it in the big chat so people can join your Telegram.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, appreciate it. Sorry, John. Do you remember your question? I think you were just asking, what do people think of Philippe? Right?
Yeah. You guys feel free to chime in. I wanted to get his like a full spectrum of the guy. You're a very, very intelligent guy. I've been knowing him for years. He's working in the AI sector, like the forefront of the next economy, I think most people would say. So he's giving us some insight there. What do you guys think?
Any thoughts?
Quiet.
What was your question?
Yeah, got quiet. What happened? The question was, what did you all think about Philippe and his perspective?
I mean, it's his perspective. He's entitled to it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all you thought.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of
okay.
Yeah, in terms of like, I guess the industry that he's a part of or that he's working towards, I think that's a good thing. I think the trajectory of the world is heading towards more of a AI sort of transhumanist sort of like arena, whatever. So I mean, I think that's a good thing. STEM. I think we should teach all of our children about STEM and get into that field instead of like some of these other industries or whatever, right? But in terms of his dating preference and all of that other stuff, I mean, that's his prerogative. That's on him. I disagree with a lot of it what he said, but I mean, again, that's his prerogative, and that makes him feel.
Sorry, but I got a question for you when you're done. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead, sir.
No, I mean that's pretty much it. I mean that's his prerogative. So I mean I can't really say nothing about that. I'm just sitting here listening, just being objective as possible, and that's it. Everybody has their own experience and their own outlook on life, and sometimes you just gotta respect that. Even if you disagree with it, you just gotta respect it and just move forward. That's it.
And I think similar to John on the AI part where he talked about investing in himself and being a self-directed learner.
Caller right here. We got a scam
I
calling
work
this
in an
motherfucker.
IT support, so I know how to hack into computer. Okay, you don't want to mess with me, mother.
That might be Garion.
What's your name,
Okay,
bro?
so IP number 78.1.7.34.34. I'm going to connect your computer right now.
Okay, you need my password? You need my password?
That's Varun.
Calling it crank calls.
But yeah, I think like the whole idea of self-directed learning and networking and investing in yourself is just general good career advice. And I don't think
I
it
agree.
applies to a 24-year-old Black person. It's just a great thing to do for yourself.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, definitely.
Hi, Lawrence. John, there's some people in the chat that knows you. I think her name was Bayesian Girl. Let me find her name again.
Oh yeah, that's the sis. Oh, she's in the chat. That's what's up.
Yeah.
How'd she find his channel? What the hell?
Maybe because of you.
Yeah. Does she hop on panel at all? I can drop the link if she wants to come. If you're still out there, want to come on up.
Maybe I've heard her on a couple of panels, but
Shower?
I don't know.
Okay. What time do you have to get up?
There you go. Yeah. Is it Bayesian melanin? Is that how you pronounce the first part? Bayesian?
Yeah, Bayesian melanin.
Yeah, Bayesian melanin. If you're still out there, feel free to hop on the panel. Salute to Lawrence. Good to see you. Salute to Mike too. And of course, always salute to Stanley. And since we're kind of in a moment of pause here, hit the like button. Feel free to share the link to the channel, and feel free to come up on the panel. This may be your opportunity to get out of the chat and stop lurking and have your voice be heard. Come on up. All right, Kimmy left. Husband came on in the room. She gotta go. So, and I forgot my question that I had for you, Joe. I had a question. I was gonna ask you. Oh, okay. John, are you open to answering a few questions?
I mean, I guess I was getting ready to log off for a second.
Oh, that's fine. If you got to roll, bro,
But if you,
it's all good.
I mean,
It's
if you have
all
a
good.
few seconds, quick questions, I'll answer it. Yeah.
I was gonna, because based on some of your comments, I'm curious, and this is my first time like hearing you or interacting with you, so I don't know a lot of the background and context. But I'm based on some of the things you said. Do you consider non-American Black folks and American Black folks kind of the same? Like
Racially, yes. In terms of culture and experience, no.
Okay, got it. Okay, because that's what I was curious about. Because your thoughts and your perspective on Philippe's dating preferences, I would say that you, based on, and this is my bias, but I would say that you're dating you and your wife, you have a similar dynamic as him, because you're not dating a Black American woman, you're with a Somali woman or Somali American woman, and like you said, culturally, that's very different, very very different. There's some overlaps, but for the most part, those are two different types of women to engage with for sure.
Yeah.
So,
No, she's Ethiopian American, so she's Christian.
Sorry.
Yeah, she comes from that Christian sort of background, which I would say is kind of like an overlap. Also, I mean, I've seen personally for myself, me personally dating like Black American women, Haitian, different Black ethnic women.
Yep.
But in terms of like the Ethiopian and Black American, like I think there's some parallels. I would say, like for example, from my personal experience dating Black American women.
Your mic went out, sir. We can't hear you.
Sorry, can you hear me now?
Okay. Yeah, we can hear you now.
Yeah, so from my personal experience, Black American women, from my experience, tend to not be that sort of materialistic. And from my experience, Ethiopian women aren't are the same way. You know what I mean? They're not materialistic in that way. So just small little subtle comparisons I can make, but there's also a lot of differences as well. So yeah.
Is there any difference between the two that kind of led you to dating a non-American Black woman?
Well, she is American. Like she's a
All
citizen
right,
of
not
America, so she's American. But in terms of like Black American, if you
sure.
want to say
Yeah,
that,
Black American. She's got slavery in her lineage from the United States, chattel slavery. Yeah.
okay. Again, what was the question again?
So my question is, you said there's some similarities and there are some differences. Did any of
Mhm.
those differences lead to you making the decision to say, okay, this is the type of woman that I want to be with long term?
Not really.
Okay,
I think it was more so like chance, to be honest. Because
gotcha.
I mean, I think she just caught me at the good time. Like when I was younger, I was like pretty much like, like I was still young. I was like
Hey, do your
not
thing.
serious. Yeah, I was doing my thing. I was not serious. And then when I met her, I was probably like around 17, 18, and we pretty much been locked in ever since. Like, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay,
So we've
cool,
been
man.
dating. We've been together for like a long time. I'm in my early 30s, and
Hmm.
she's like I've been with her since I was like 17.
Oh wow,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, you guys been rocking for a long time. Okay, well, salute
yeah,
to you too.
yeah,
Do you plan? Do you have? Are you a father? Do you have any children?
yeah, yeah. I have two children. I have a 6-year-old daughter and a 3-year-old son.
Okay, and well, I ain't gonna ask you that question,
No,
but
go
yeah.
ahead, go
So
ahead, go ahead. No, go ahead, go ahead. I don't mind.
I was gonna ask you a cultural question. Like, I'm assuming they're by your partner because you've been with her for so long.
Of course.
Um, so how are you culturally? How are you raising those two? Are they getting some of the Ethiopian culture as well as some of just your background as a Black American? Like, how are you? How are the two of you doing around that?
So I would say they're mostly raised like culturally American in that
Hmm.
regards. Um, like I can't really say because again, my wife is like Ethiopian American, like she's
Right,
American.
right,
So her
right.
father was pretty much born out here, and I think his
Oh
parents
wow.
came from Ethiopia. So she's like second
Okay.
generation.
So
So she's
yeah.
very, yeah, she's very like simulated in that way. Like,
I got you.
her
I got you.
father, even just like meeting her father, like he grew up listening to the same things that our parents listened to, like
Right.
Marvin Gaye and all of that type of stuff. So,
Right,
yeah,
right. So she's definitely Americanized.
yeah,
Yeah. Okay, cool,
yeah.
cool.
But I also had experience like dating with an Ethiopian that was like straight from Ethiopia, and that
Hmm.
was pretty interesting as well in high school. And I mean, same thing. Like she wasn't like materialistic in that way as well.
Hmm.
I remember there was one memory that sticks out to me is was one time it was my birthday, and I told her like I didn't really like put more emphasis on it, but I just told her that, and she remembered it, and like on the day of my birthday, she like bought me like she just like flooded me with like gifts and stuff like that. So I don't know, just that sort of thing. When you look at different
Yeah.
ethnic groups, they tend to be more materialistic in a sense of in the traditional sense, like oh the man's supposed to give to the women or that kind of way, but from
Yeah.
my experience, from those sort of two experiences, I haven't like
Gotcha.
she's like they're pretty much like very like servant to their man in that way,
Mm.
or
Yeah.
want to do for their man in that way. Yeah,
Yeah. I've definitely noticed that in
yeah.
my experience too with
Oh,
East
you
African women
dated with
specifically.
Ethiopian women as well.
Yeah, I've dated an very short term with an Ethiopian woman, and I've
And
dated
I wouldn't
Somali
even
women for
like
about
I wouldn't
6
even
months.
just limit it to just Ethiopian women, but just East African women in general. I would say
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
that.
Even though I would never, associate them all together because they they don't like that. But
Yeah,
yeah,
true.
but culturally though, East African women do that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But even from my experience with dating with Black American women, it was pretty similar to that. Like I'm not gonna lie, like I didn't like. I think when I listen to some of these guys, I think they have some bad experiences, right, with Black women,
Hmm.
and I mean I think it's mostly based on like mate selection. Like they probably didn't really vet their women like that. But I have my own sort of like personal vetting process when
Hmm.
I kind of date women. Like obviously I don't really date women that's like that doesn't come from like two parent households and stuff like that. So I think that's kind of
Hmm.
like a factor that plays into it and how a person, acts,
Right.
how the sort of perception of life.
Right. Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, I ain't gonna hold you, man. I just was curious because like
Now
I said, this is my first
you
time
can
with
ask more
you.
questions. It's pretty cool. All right.
Cool.
It's cool if you ask more questions. No, I don't mind. Oh,
I don't
sorry.
got
I
no.
guess I can ask you questions as well, right?
Yeah, you can definitely ask me questions. Absolutely.
So like where are you from? Like are you from like what region of America are you from?
Yeah, I'm from Minnesota, man. I'm in the
Oh yeah, you did say
northern
that. Yeah.
Midwest. Yeah, I'm from the Twin Cities.
And then you have like family from like the South or whatever.
Yeah, so well, I'm a no, I'm a third generation Minnesotan, but my family comes by way of Mississippi and Oklahoma.
Oh
Uh,
wow.
so they came like my great grandparents came up as young people. To they came up from well, my grandmother came up from Oklahoma, my grandfather came up from Mississippi. They met in Danville, Illinois, and then when the work kind of dried up there, they came up to the Twin Cities of Minnesota.
Oh, that's interesting.
And
Wow.
that's how that's for both sides of my family. They kind of have a weirdly weird aligning.
Yeah.
But that's how we ended up here in Minnesota.
You know what's funny? Like even my family, like my father and mother, like have that same sort of weird family aligning in that way, right? Like
Mhm.
ancestrally, because my mother comes from Georgia. Her family comes from Georgia, and they come from the subgroup called Gullah Geechees. I don't know if you ever heard of Gullah
Yeah, I'm
Geechees.
familiar with the Gullas. Yep.
Yeah, and then so my father, his uh his mom's side comes from the Gullah Geechee as well, but from North Carolina, from like the
Yep.
southeast Fayetteville like area of North Carolina. So yeah, that's pretty
Yep.
interesting. When I looked back into my sort of history and found out, I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. But I grew up in the house like my grandmother. She used to speak it to me, like the sort of Gullah Geechee dialect.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty cool.
Have you ever heard of the book "Warmth of Other Suns" by Isabel well, I can't get her name out. Wilkerson. I can't say her name. Isabel Wilkerson. She wrote a book called "Warmth of Other Suns."
I don't think so. No, no.
Okay, you might be interested in that book. It talks about kind of the black migration within the United States, and you'll see those patterns. Like I detect the accent from you. I'm assuming you're probably from like what the DMV area.
No, I'm from Boston.
Philly, Boston. Oh, you're from Boston. Okay, yeah. So that makes sense that you're from Boston and your family kind of like just migrated right up,
Yep.
up the Atlantic coast
Exactly. And
into
just
that
like how you was
space.
mentioning, like your family came from like sort of like the Midwest in a way, right? Oklahoma and Mississippi. That's
Right.
Mississippi's kind of it's south, but it's kind of like sort of western in that way, right? But they migrated to like
Yeah,
Minnesota,
they
so
just
it
kept
makes sense.
going up. Yeah, they
Yeah.
just kept going up. Yeah. All right, all right. I'm gonna
How do you
pause for a second because
migrate
Clue
from
came up.
Mississippi to Minnesota? How does one
Mhm.
do that?
Well, they stopped by way of Danville, Illinois first. It's for jobs. My great grandmother was domestic. My grandfather was a carpenter. Things of that nature.
Okay.
Yeah, I read Cast as well, Stanley. It's a good book. Both of those books are amazing. Well, what's up, Clue? How are you doing, sir? Welcome to the panel.
I'm doing good. I'm just listening to y'all.
Great. I done got sucked into hosting, man. What? John just disappeared. What the
That's because John Galt don't want to talk. John Galt, please talk.
Nah, I mean it's cool. You can, man, John Galt. I mean, this is my first time being on this panel, but
welcome.
The line of questioning that he
John,
had for
John is
the line of questioning that he had for Philip, like that was kind of crazy. I was like, God damn, is this one of those channels that's like anti-black women or something? Like I was kind of confused.
This channel is anti and pro everything. You're gonna get a little bit of everything here. So I would encourage you to don't take this first experience as a way to run. Like just come back, listen. There's a lot of different hosts, a lot of different perspectives that you'll get on this channel. You get some anti-black stuff, you'll get some pro-black stuff, you'll get some arguments, you'll get some knowledge, you get some entertainment. There's a little bit of everything for everybody.
But can you
Yeah,
be
that's cool.
anti-nigga?
Well,
I think
it's kinda hard
everybody
not to
should be anti-nigga because niggas is a problem.
Yeah,
What do
niggas
you
are a big
think,
problem.
Universal Jones? Should everybody be anti-nigga?
Yes, even as a black man who has a little a hint of nigga inside of me, I hate that part.
Yeah, seriously, I think everybody should be anti-nigga.
Yeah.
Everybody should separate themselves from the nigga species.
That reminds. Since I'm talking books, has anybody ever heard of the book "To Destroy the Nigger Mentality"?
Oh, that's a great title. Is that the title of the book?
That is the title of the book. Yeah, I
It's a
forgot the
beautiful
author's name.
title. It's a beautiful title. Tell me more.
Man, this book was really good. And actually, if I can, I'm looking it up now to see if I can get the author. I know he's done some YouTube stuff back in the day. This is back in my blog talk radio days. This author came up and did a couple of interviews towards the destruction of the nigger mentality. I don't think that's the name of it.
Can I ask you something universal?
Yeah, absolutely.
Why can't rich and or educated blacks simply separate themselves from niggers?
Yeah. Thanks for asking
Why
that
can't
question.
they do
So,
that?
I have a theory on this.
Okay.
I think that there is a mindset problem that we have as black folks, and it's funny because on one end we always talk about the crabs in the barrel thing, but we don't talk about the quote unquote crab that gets pulled back down. Those crabs have a lot of shame, a lot of survivor's remorse, that their success removes them from quote unquote their blackness. And our blackness has been a badge of our identity, our struggle. Right? We used to call our culture the struggle.
And what is
And when
blackness?
you don't, I'll get to that in a second. But hold on one second. And when you don't embrace that struggle, because you ain't struggling no more, it gives you a level of shame. It gives you like a level of disconnection, right? You don't want to be disinvited to the cookout. So you have to attach yourself back to quote unquote black culture as much as possible, because you want to be included in the like us, right? You don't want to be they ain't like us. You want to be included. So that's why they don't detach. We don't practice classism very well.
But there's
Some
no
of us do.
benefit. There's no benefit in doing that, though, sir.
I know, but you can't tell a black person that the benefit is the inclusion. But I agree with you. There isn't a
Inclusion
benefit.
in what, actually?
Nonsense.
You get
If we're gonna be
invited to the
honest.
cookout. What the fuck? The cookout?
Yeah.
What's so
Yes.
great
Yes.
about the cookout?
Nothing.
Or maybe
But I can
it's
say
that
I'm black.
maybe it's
Go
that
ahead.
connection to like
There's beauty in being disinvited to the cookout.
Don't tell a black person that. You cool then.
I am a coon.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I think it depends on the type of cookout. Cause all right, so back to the like my
But
question
your
was, what is
question, yeah,
blackness
what
to
is
you?
blackness? What is
Yeah, what is
blackness?
Anti-white. Yep, that's the answer to that question. Actually, what
No,
is
it's not.
blackness? Blackness is anti-white. It's nothing else. Black only exists to oppose white. That's it. That's its
So
only fucking job.
somebody
That's
like
its
Booker
only
T. Washington.
job.
So somebody like Booker T. Washington, this is somebody I look up to as like a representative
Yeah,
of black
same.
people. Do you think that him like disassociating yourself with him, or do you view him as being like anti-white or what?
No.
That wasn't the question that you asked. The question that you asked was, what is black? Right? It's anti-white.
Yeah, what is blackness? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What is blackness? Anti-whiteness. That's all it is. Without white, there is no black.
I disagree with that.
Yeah, well, okay. That's fine. But the fact of the matter is, without white, black does not exist. Black only exists to oppose white. That's its only job. It has one job: oppose white. That's it.
I don't know. I view both black and white as like social constructs, but if you want to look at the historical implications behind them, I wouldn't necessarily say that it's imposing of whites in that way. Like I don't view somebody like Booker T. Washington as opposing to whites, or someone like Martin Luther King, or those type of people. These are people.
Do me a favor, Ja.
Yeah.
Name a black organization that does not oppose the white counterpart.
A black organization that doesn't. So someone like Robert Smith and someone like David. What's his last name?
Not a person, an
An actual
organization.
organization, not a person. An organization.
No, but
that
these
does
people are
not,
like had their sort of fields or industries, or whatever, right?
an
So
organization that does not oppose its white counterpart.
I'm not sure. Like the Black Caucus, I guess, right?
The Black Caucus of Congress. Okay. The black. Why does the Black Caucus exist, Ja? Your answer, please.
Why does a black caucus exist?
The Black Caucus of Congress. Why does it exist?
To be representative of like sort of like the black people of America in that way. Like I don't think it's like opposing of whites.
What
But
have they done that has not opposed white?
I would argue that what they've done is oppose blacks. To be honest, some of the policies that they're aligned with, like sort of liberal, democratic uh, policies. I view them, some of them, as being sort of opposing to the progress of black people in general of America, and you could say globally, in that way too as well.
So you think they've actually opposed blacks?
Yeah, some of the policies that they align with, yeah.
Okay, all right, it's a good answer.
Yeah, because like for example, I would say thinking when I think about the Black Caucus, I think of obviously like people who are like almost like Democrat shills in that way. And when you look at the Democratic Party historically, they've always, uh, well, they've been pretty bad to us. I mean, in terms of like their policies, it's been sort of detrimental to Black Americans in that way.
The Democrats have been bad to blacks. Is that what you said?
Yeah, their policies. Yeah.
So why do they continuously vote Democrat? Are they
Why do Black
stupid or
people?
what? Yeah. Why? Why do they do
Yeah,
that?
yeah, I think it's very complex, but stupid. I think it's complex.
I mean, they vote Democrat
Mhm.
more than 90%. You said it was stupid for them to vote Democrat.
I didn't say it was stupid. You said
Obviously,
it was stupid.
90% think it's not stupid.
No, I didn't say it's stupid. I said it doesn't align with Black interests. But you
It
said it was
doesn't
stupid.
align with black interests, but 90% of them still do vote for Democratic policies.
Mhm.
Correct? Why do they still do that and it's not in their interest?
So in terms of the Black Caucus, I think it's in their interest. Obviously, they're benefiting from sort of leading Black people astray, I guess.
Astray.
But yeah, but for the people on the ground, I think I think the people on the ground, they sort of view like the Democratic Party as being like their friend or benefactors. Since like civil rights, since that era.
So what has the Democratic Party done for them that a friend would do? I want you to name one
Well,
thing.
I think it's I'm not I'm not advocating for them at all, but I think
I know, but
yeah,
if you could name
I
one
think it's the
thing that the
part
Democratic Party has done for them as a friend, let me know.
as a true friend, no, but as someone who pretends to be a friend, I think they try to appeal to the Black people's sort of historical grievances, and then they try to coddle them, and I think some Black people, they just don't look beyond that,
Some
and
black
they
people
fall
or 90% of black
most of
people.
them, yeah, most of them, yeah, they don't look beyond that, and they
So
sort of fall victim to it.
why can't they see that they are being lied to? Perhaps.
So you're gonna work
I
up.
think I think so. At least for my generation, I can say for my generation, people that was born in the mid '90s, or and then afterwards, like the sort of late millennials and after that, I think it's more of a historic. I mean, not a historic, but something that was sort of passed down to them. So like their parents were Democrats, and then their parents were Democrats, and then they just pretty much follow suit. And then sort of the propaganda against like the Republican Party or just conservative sort of values in general, they view it as like sort of anti-black, you know.
Why don't they view Democrats as anti-black?
Because I don't think I think the majority of black people don't really take politics seriously in that way. So they
They
just pretty
vote.
much vote. Yeah, they just pretty much vote based on, oh, it's the Democrats, and Democrats are, pro-black, whatever, from their perspective, right? But
But what is
black people
pro-black
generally are
about the
not.
Democrats? Is my question. What have they done that was pro-black in the last 15 years?
In my opinion, nothing.
But
Well, all right.
90%
So
of
I would
them
say, look,
vote for
I would say,
Democrats.
no, no. All right. So I would
What's
say, I'm not gonna say nothing. I would say when it comes to like the Democrat and Republican Party, because I don't subscribe to neither. Like I'm not like a staunch like
You're not
politician.
partisan.
Yeah, I'm not partisan, no.
Okay,
But I think
that's a good place to be. Go ahead.
yeah. But I think black people in general, like I don't know, they just again view Democrats as a benefactor in that way. But I
But
think
why?
most
My
of them
question is
don't really understand
why
history in
though?
that way.
Why? My question is why do they view the Democrats as a friendly? I'm
All right, so
trying to find
all right,
out
so I can
what are
put
the
this on. I can put
Democrats
this on.
doing that's convincing them every election cycle that they are a friendly.
Because again, I think since civil rights era, you know, the Democrat Party has been like successfully was able to like what's the word like I guess you could say manipulate in that way, but I think black people, the majority of black people that generally don't understand history in that way or just don't pay attention to politics in that way, but still vote Democrat. I think they view Democrat as their friend based on what happened during the civil rights era. So they believe that the Democrat Party fought for integration, and this is what made Black Americans' life better in America. Which, in my opinion, I kind of disagree.
In 1967.
Yeah.
But this is
Yeah, so
2025.
but the reason why I point to that is because prior to that, Black Americans voted Republican.
That is true. That
So
is true.
every since then, and then like when you look at that history, like the 1920s, 30s, 40s, even though the Black Americans were segregated and they were subjugated to like racist sort of policies and just attitudes in general based on through society. Despite all of that, they had their own. You know what I mean? Like we were self-sufficient people. We had our own businesses. We had our own industries. You had, the legal league. You had all these things, right? Busing systems. So I think that, looking back at history, I think that was better than what it is now. The Democratic Party, the Democratic Party, they pretty much led Black Americans into like this whole idea of integration, which actually, when you look into it, like it just integrated our economics within the general white society. It kind of destroyed sort of
Do you think
Black Americans'
integration
sense
was
of
a good
self.
thing?
No,
I agree it wasn't.
yeah, I think there's some aspects within it. So I try not to make sweeping statements, right? I think I look at history in terms of like I look at history in terms of like just generally positive and negative or pros and cons. I would say pros and cons. And I think when it comes to integration, there was more pros, in my opinion, than cons.
Well, help me with something because I'm slow, and I need you to help me with something.
Hmm.
This party hasn't helped black people at all, but yet 90% of black people continue to vote for said party.
Yeah.
What is it a marketing thing? Is what's going on here? Why is the Democratic Party guaranteed 90% of the black vote every election cycle, even though they haven't done anything for blacks? Is it a big marketing campaign that keeps working cycle after cycle after cycle? What's going on here? Right? What's
Yeah,
going on?
I don't know. I think it's the way how the Democrat Party like positions themselves, right? When it comes to the black community, like how they interact with the black community in this way, right? Where they pose as a black people's friend and benefactor, and they
Right.
come smiling and they come with their sort of
Their
government assistance.
celebrities, their
Yeah, the celebrities.
Beyonce
Yeah,
and all
but I'm not
that
even going that
stuff.
far into it. Yeah, but
Right.
they just posing as the black man's friend, and they try to like coddle them in that way, right? So they tap into something within a black man, right, or black people in general. This sense
So
of
here's a tough
insecurity,
You got
this sense of insecurity that black
here's my
people
tough
have.
question for
Okay,
you, Ja. Here's my
sure,
tough question for you.
sure.
Why can't they see beyond the marketing.
Hey, hold on for 1 second. Stanley, whenever you're ready to start, University, can you shut down when Stanley is ready to start?
Yeah, I'll close us out here in about 15 minutes. You gentlemen can keep going.
Yeah, I mean, why can't they see outside of that? I mean, see beyond it. I don't know. It just depends on the personal
Why can't
growth.
they see the pattern? There's a pattern here.
Mm-hmm.
The Democrats do a show and pretend like they're friendlies of the blacks.
Mm-hmm.
And then the blacks vote. And then 2 years later, the congressionals and the governors of the states and all that, they do the same show. And then the blacks vote Democrat. And then 2 years later, the presidential election comes, and they do the same show. They keep presenting this show that does not benefit blacks,
Mm-hmm.
but yet the blacks at over 90% continue to vote for them.
Yeah.
So what's going on here? Is it that the marketing is
effective,
impeccable, or and this is a terrible thing to say, are the blacks just stupid people? Your answer, please.
Yeah.
Or both. I can accept.
Yeah,
both.
I was gonna say maybe both, but I would.
Okay, that's
but I
a good
would.
answer.
But I wouldn't say stupid in that way. I think I would just say more misled. But
Why wouldn't you say stupid? Because that's a very stupid thing to do.
Because I don't know if black people are making a conscious decision of, like. I don't think it's a true conscious decision. I think it's something that was given to them or that they perceive through history to align with them in that way. But I don't think it's like a conscious sort of I don't view it in that way. And this is and I think this is
if you keep seeing the same thing happen over and over again, this is pattern recognition. This is what we're talking about. We're talking about pattern recognition.
Yeah.
If you keep seeing the same thing happen, Democrats do a big show for election, and then after election, a Democrat gets in office, nothing happens. 2 years later, Democrats do a big show. We're pro-black, and then another Democrat gets in office, nothing happens. 2 years later, presidential, big show by the Democrats, and then another Democrat gets in office, nothing happens. If you can't see the pattern, if you can't spot the pattern, maybe you're just a stupid group of people, right? You have to be a stupid group of people if you can't see the pattern of them put it on a big show saying that we're pro-black, we're for you, we're your friends, and then every time they get in, nothing happens for you. Nothing happens. If you can't spot that pattern, then as a people, you're pretty stupid. That's what I'm saying. You're pretty stupid. You're pretty low IQ if you can't spot the pattern. Spot the pattern. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
I'm not trying to get the people on the panel and the people in the chat to vote Republican, because I have another rant about the Republicans against the Republicans. I think they are pussies. So I'm not trying to get y'all to vote Republicans. I just want you to spot a pattern. Every 2 to 4 years, they put on a big, grandiose show to let you know that they're for blacks. And once they get in, they do fuck all for blacks, right?
Yeah.
And I just want you to spot the pattern. That's all.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Spot the pattern. That's it.
Yeah, I agree. And I think when it comes to black people consistently voting for Democrat, I think it's part of the Democrats. They're very crafty, I would say, right? Even Malcolm X said it, right? But Democrats, they were just more successful at appealing to the black man's sort of plight and connecting
What
that
have they
into
done
the.
for the black man? I want to hear it from you, Ja.
And
What has the
you're not gonna
Democratic Party done for the
you're not gonna
black
hear a
man?
good answer from me because I'm against the Democratic Party. I'm against,
Well,
I'm
that's
not
good.
Yeah,
At
I would
least
say
you're
I'm
smart.
partisan. I'm partisan in that way. But if I had to compare the two, Democrat and Republican Party, or liberalism and sort of conservatism, I'm gonna side more with conservatism or that sort of Republican
But the
way of
majority
thinking.
of blacks are loyal to the Democratic Party.
I sort of disagree. I mean, I think it's
The
surface level.
majority of
Yeah,
them
look,
are.
I would say it's surface level sort of. It's more surface level. But if you look into it, like black people, black Americans in general, they're not really serious about politics. They barely know anything about politics in that
But they
way.
vote.
But they still vote. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
And they're voting
again,
for this
it's back to the
side over here.
yeah.
They're voting for this side over here, and I'm trying to figure out why.
Yeah.
Though year after year, this side has proven not to be for them, but they continue to vote for that side. I don't understand it. I
Yeah.
don't get it. I'm trying to find out why. That's all I'm trying to do. Find
So
out
I think
why.
I think it kind of goes back. It goes back to that. What is it called? Uh, it goes back to that sort of what do you call it? The Maslow hierarchy of needs. I
Okay,
sort
yeah,
of
I've heard of that. Yeah.
Yes,
yeah, I think
Maslow's
it sort of
hierarchy of
go.
needs.
Yeah. So I think it kind of goes back to that, right? The Democratic Party is successfully appealing to Black Americans' sort of self fulfillment in that way, where they're appealing to that in
But
some way, shape, or
the
form, right?
pinnacle.
By coddling them, by appealing to their sort of historical grievances that they might have. So you have like Democrats they will kind of dangle that the carrot of like reparations and stuff like that, right? And
The
I
pin,
think
the
and not
pinnacle
only
of.
that, they'll take like some of the like sort of the cultural and entertainment
There you
people,
go.
right?
Thank you. Thank you,
Yeah.
whoever put that up. Yeah. The pinnacle of the higher of the Maslow's pyramid is self actualization.
Hmm.
Is that what the Democrats have?
Yeah.
Is that what they're promising blacks? That they will be
No,
self
I'm not saying that
actualized?
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that they're promising that. I'm saying that they're appealing to that. They're sort of appealing to that the esteem needs, and this self actualization, and just and again the historical grievances in that way. I think that they appeal to that by using like the entertainment industry, the sports industry, those sort of people, and again dangling that the reparations carrot, and sort of appealing to that historical grievance. Whereas the Republican Party, they don't necessarily see fit to that. Like they.
But okay, let me stop. Okay, hold up. The Republican Party. Now, I'm not a fan. I've said it publicly. I'm not a fan of the Republican Party at all. I think they're a bunch of pussies. Yes. I don't. But if you look at the bottom of this pyramid, it says physiological needs: food, water, warmth, and rest or rent. I'm
That's
on my
rest.
phone.
Yeah, we
Oh,
need sleep.
rest.
I got
Okay,
you.
yeah.
Yep.
Rest. Yeah.
Sex also often is in that one as well, by the way.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So at the bottom of the pyramid,
Mm-hmm.
what I see the Democrats promising is that they will provide these needs free of charge.
Exactly. Yep.
And the Republicans are not exactly saying that they will provide these needs free of
Right.
charge.
Right.
So that's what's making blacks go toward the Democratic Party. But my comeback on that is there is no free of charge. You have to pay for these things.
Or other people
These
have to pay for them.
physiological needs have to be paid for. Somebody has to provide for those, and they're not going to do it for free.
Clue, you
So
trying
it
to tell
has
me
to be
that you ain't
paid
gonna
for.
feed? You trying to tell me you ain't gonna feed my babies, Clue? My babies need to eat.
No, I'm
Somebody
not,
got to pay my
actually.
rent, Clue.
No, not really. Feed my babies, but not yours. But yeah. What I'm saying is that the Democratic Party has said or has sold to blacks that these physiological needs will be provided free of charge. They don't have to worry about that. And they have failed at that election cycle after election cycle after election cycle. But yet blacks
failed at providing those
continue
sort of needs?
to vote for them.
You saying that they failed at providing those sort of needs with those, government assistance? They've been pushing for those policies. What I'm saying is that those policies that they're pushing for is actually disabling black people from being able to stand on their own 2 feet. Being
The
able to
fact
be more self sufficient, right?
the fact of the matter is, you see all these colors here at the bottom: purple, red, orange, yellow, and at the top green. You have to provide for that yourself as a man, and you have to provide for those for your family. None of those are free. The Democratic Party tells you that we'll provide some of those for free. That's a lie. You have to earn all 5 levels of those yourself as a man. You have to. There's no way around that. You have to buy your food. You have to buy your water. You have to your warmth. You know, AC. I think that's what they're talking about. HVAC. You have to pay for that yourself.
Housing.
Yes. Safety needs. You got to do that yourself. Government cannot provide anything in this pyramid. Period. But they keep selling to the blacks that the Democratic Party keeps selling to the blacks that we'll provide all of this for you. Just vote for us. And time after time, it's found out to be a lie. But yet, the blacks at 90% continue to vote for these niggas. I don't understand it. When will they wake up and find out that they're being lied to? That's all I'm saying. They're being lied to.
Yeah, I agree. They're being lied. I would say that black people are being lied to, but in terms of like if the Democratic Party is providing those sort of needs, I think to some extent they are, and this is why black people tend to vote for them in that way,
Okay,
right?
they're
Because
providing the need. How?
let me
How?
finish. Because through government, assistance, through those
Really?
sort of safety nets, right?
Really?
And this is not, and I don't think
Explain to
this is,
me how.
and I
Explain to
and I
me
would
how.
say, yeah, through, like I just said, through government assistance, and I don't think this is something that's just like domestically, like it's just primarily focused on domestics. I think this is sort of like a global thing, right? Trump gets into office and he starts to roll back some of those government assistance like USAID. That it's the same thing. It's the same concept. They use sort of American assistance, right, to sort of garner some sort of compliance in that way, right? And I
Let me
think
ask you
that's what
something,
the
John.
Democratic Party does. Yeah.
Let me ask you something, John. If I gave you $10,000, did I help you?
Yeah, I mean, you're preaching to the cry over here, bro. I'm keep it a stack because I'm not everything I got out. I took that shit out the mud, bro. All right, so
But 90% of the blacks think that if I gave them $10,000, I would be helping them. That's why they
right.
keep voting Democrat.
Hmm.
They keep doing it.
Yeah.
So how do we stop that? Because we know, the three of us on this panel know that these guys are not being helped at all. So how do we stop that?
I mean, how to stop that? I think I don't know how to. I don't know how, but I would say for me specifically, I would say personally, um, I mean, just educating yourself, right? Educating yourself on the history of our ancestors, our elders, and just looking at America, the country, the history of America, like just looking at it in its sort of sort of interval periods in America's lifetime, right? So for me personally, just looking at sort of our ancestors and our elders prior to integration, I've recognized that our ancestors, although they went through, sort of direct racism and sort of direct uh, oppression in that way, but they were able to build from that almost like a diamond in the rough, right? But they were able to build several Black Wall Streets throughout America, like Black economic centers throughout every state, right? Almost every city. So just being self sufficient on that level, I prioritize being self sufficient over being a slave, to someone
You do.
else's. Yeah.
You do, but
Yeah,
how do
because
we
I
convince the
essentially look at the
90%?
Democratic Party as almost enslaving black people with those sort of
Right.
government assistance.
So how do we convince the 90% that what they're promising is actually hurting them, not
Yeah,
helping?
yeah, yeah. I agree.
How
Yeah.
do we? No, no, no. How? It's a question. How do we convince them? Because if we don't convince them, they're going to
Mhm.
continue at 90% to vote for these idiots.
Yeah.
Because they think
So
they're going to get free shit.
yeah, so I thought I answered that question. Like I just gave you my example of me personally. It was through my sort of self, like me educating myself, right? So I would say education in that way, educating the Black Americans about the history of their of America in that way, America and specifically their people. So just education, I would say, um, and then. Uh, to sort of just having that objective mindset, right? Because me personally, like I don't subscribe to either party, so I think objectivity is like the best sort of antidote for like propaganda and those sort of influences, right? So just to kind of teach black people to be more objective in how they approach history and how they approach life in general, and just educate yourself. You have to educate and put history in its proper context, right? Because 9 times out of 10, the history that people are absorbing is through a democratic lens or some sort of uh, influence from some sort of outside force, right? No, we need to self-educate and put our history into a proper context instead of like, you know, uh, you know, 9 times out of 10, Black Americans are viewing their history through, Black History Month and sort of the propaganda that the Democratic Party sort of promulgates, right? You're a victim, and we got your back. We're going to coddle you. When you look into the history of the Democratic Party, like, both parties, were created and formulated during the times of Black Americans' oppression. So both Democrats and Republicans held slaves. They both oppressed Black people. Yeah, I mean, it's just that's the facts of it, right? So
Well, let me rephrase. Let me rephrase. Let's kick out. Let's kick out the parties. Forget the parties. How do we convince 90% of blacks that free shit is a bad thing? Answer. That question has nothing to do with political party.
I mean, I don't know that. I don't know because
Free
I
shit
think any.
is bad.
Yeah, I don't know how to answer that because I think any people, globally in general, will take free shit. Like, you know what I mean? If you are coming to someone who's, I got some free shit for you, they're gonna take it automatically, like, no question,
But
right?
like I said, pattern recognition. In the past, people have taken free shit and they
Mhm.
failed. Why should it be any different for them?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't.
There needs to be a campaign to let all the blacks know that free shit is bad. Nothing good comes out of taking free things from the government. Nothing. It never has and it never
What you
will.
perceive to be free because it's not free. To be honest, yeah, it's coming out of everybody else's pocket.
Well, they're promoting it
You know,
as free.
yeah.
If you didn't
Who's
earn
who's
it,
wait who's promoted as free? The Democratic Party, right?
the government they
Yeah.
promote it as free. We're gonna do this for you at no cost to you. That's a
They
bad
promote it.
thing.
Listen, they're promoting it as it being free, but it's really not free, and even the government knows that.
Yeah,
So,
but blacks don't know that.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why
Yeah,
we're having this conversation. They
exactly.
don't
Yeah,
know that, which is why they keep vote for Democrat at 90 fucking percent and beyond. So if we can just convince the blacks that free shit is bad, 100% of the time, free shit is bad. How do we convince blacks that everything that is free, promised by the government, is bad? If we
I
can
don't know.
convince, if we can do that and convince 90% that it's bad, then we can move the needle a little bit. Because they think free shit is good. When the government says we're going to do this for you for free, it's good. That's why they keep voting for them niggas every single election cycle.
I hate to cut you gentlemen off, but we've reached our time for today on this panel. Stanley's about to fire up his own stream. So if you guys want to continue the conversation, feel free to head over there with Stanley.
You want to interject in the conversation before you drop off, or you want to give a summarization or
With
something?
all due respect, fuck Stanley.
But before we cut off, Universal, what do you think about
What's
the
up?
conversation?
No, I appreciate the conversation. I wish we had more time to go through it. I actually agree with points on both ends. I think you guys are more aligned than anything, and I like Clue's line of questioning because I think we all need to be thinking about this. One of the things that you said, Ja, that I 100% agree with is Black folks need to be more objective thinkers. We are not objective thinkers, and that's part of our issue. We are very emotional based thinkers, and it's very one sided, and I think that's why we are stuck on the quote unquote democratic plantation, as people like to say, is because we believe through our own racial idolatry that that's the best option for us as a collective, instead of seeing that there are more options for us to strive as individuals.
And me, like, I'm not like sort of bipartisan in that way, right? I'm not saying like
Sure.
f the Democrats totally, right? I would say to sort of move like I like to take the page out the book of like the small hats, right? The Jews, right?
Sure.
When you look at the APAC, right? They have representations from both the Democrat and Republican Party. So I think they tend to look at both parties in terms of like short-term and long-term goals, and I think that's how we should operate. But the thing is that I think the problem is, as a collective, I don't think we have any goals in that way, right? As a collective, like I don't think we have a vision for ourselves as a collective. When the immigrants come to this country,
why the collective?
Why the collective?
Yeah, why the collective?
I don't know, because I think collectively we've been cut. We've been cut in so many ways, right? Throughout history, I mean, we've been as a collective, but
maybe that's part of the problem.
When I look at when I look at other groups, like the immigrant groups that come here, Indians, Asians, Caribbeans, Africans, like they come with an agenda, like they don't have that same sort of historical experiences that Black Americans have.
No, they don't actually. They're just as divided as everybody else.
When they come to America, I disagree. I think when they come here,
I agree. No, they are.
So let me say,
just like we are.
Yeah, I mean, sure, back in their home country, sure, right. But I'm saying when they come to America, they're coming for a specific goal, and that's to make money,
but
to
they're
tap
not
into the economics
together.
of the country.
They're not together. They happen to agree.
No, I'm just saying collectively as immigrants. I'm not saying that they're all together. I'm saying that
on being prosperous in America. They happen to agree, but they're not together.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that they're together holding hands. I'm not saying that.
As divided or more divided as American people here.
Bruh.
Yes.
Yeah, but I'm not saying that they are. I'm not saying that they're like holy, like kumbaya and holding hands. No, I'm saying that they come in here with an agenda. They have a goal that they're trying to reach, which is to make money, which is to provide for their families back home in their home countries, to send remittances back to their countries.
But that doesn't mean.
And when you look at a lot of these when you look at a lot of these governments that these immigrants people are coming from, they have some of the highest, like Nigeria, for example, they receive a lot of money from remittances alone. I think that's one of the major sort of source of income is through remittances, through the Nigerian diasporas that go abroad. They make money and they send it back home to their country. So they're coming with a clear objective, a clear, vision. And I think Black Americans sort of lost that sort of vision of themselves, in that way.
I gotta pause this, gentlemen. I gotta end the stream. Stanley's stream is started up. I know you said fuck Stanley.
Yeah,
Clue,
fuck
so,
Stanley.
I know you're not headed
Nobody
over
gives
there,
a
but
shit
do you-
about Stanley. I don't. You don't. And Ja doesn't either. Nobody cares about what Stanley's doing. Stanley
You
can
gotta
suck a
plug-
dick.
You gotta plug your channel, Clue.
Yeah, but I think mostly, like for the most part, I think ideologically, like we align with each other still. I just disagree with like something like just call the Black Americans stupid and just dragging us through the mud.
Stupid. They are stupid. They keep doing this every election cycle.
But I think
they
it's
keep
something deeper
voting
than
for
that.
the party that does not do anything for them. That is
I
the
think it's-
definition of stupid.
Yeah, I think
It
a lot
is.
of that. Yeah, I
They're
think a
low
lot of it is
IQ.
related to like the. I think a lot of it is related to like the historical trauma that a lot of Black Americans have, and I think the Democratic Party successfully was able to tap into that historical trauma.
They've also successfully had slavery and Jim Crow.
Facts.
Okay, so that's not an excuse.
Yeah, I mean,
Black
it just
Americans
gets
are very low IQ, stupid people. They are. They are. If they keep doing the same retarded lap around this same retarded park every 2 to 4 years and vote for the same people that do nothing for them, they are officially stupid. Come on now.
Yeah, maybe. I mean,
I know it's offensive.
Let me ask you a
but
question.
it's
When you say that, right?
It's true.
Last question.
Let me
man.
ask
I
you
gotta shut it
when you
down.
say
Last
that
question.
when you
I'm
say
about
that
to
to
cut
your
it off.
like
Cut you off.
your sort of white friends or white Republican friends, like do you feel good about yourself when you say that to them or what?
I don't have any white Republican friends actually, so I don't know what you're asking.
Okay.
All right. I gotta shut it. People are getting confused. I appreciate you both. Thank you both. Please come back to the channel. We'll have more open panels and more conversation. I do believe that this conversation needs to continue for sure. But appreciate both of you gentlemen. I'm gonna drop you real quick so I can close out.
Thank you very
All right.
much.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. All right, folks. Hopefully you enjoyed today's panel. Kimmy, I see that there's some confusion. Stanley is up and he is ready to rock and roll. I mean, he is rocking and rolling. Actually, I just dropped the link in the chat. It's the one that says John Galt. That is actually me at the moment. So feel free to hit that link and you should get over to Stanley's show. If you want to join Stanley's panel, I'm going to put the StreamYard link in the chat now as well. So you can just hop straight to the panel if you like. Based on what I'm seeing here, Stanley looks like he's going over something. I don't know what this is. Looks like maybe the earthquake that unfortunately happened over in Asia. So he's going over the earthquake right now. So feel free to join Stanley over there, folks. Again, this is John Galt, the Urban Landlord channel. I'm Universal Jones, new to the team. More content and things come from myself. I think I'm gonna actually post some pre-recorded videos just to do something different on the channel and give a different perspective and let people respond to it outside of just having open panels. But support Portia J, $20 a day for Portia J. Definitely come back, like, sub, and share to the channel if you haven't already done so. And we'll see you later. Take care, everybody. Peace.